And we are back again, working with the Red Skies to continue the story of the Essenza dell'Oceano. Don't understand why John continues to have problems with that, considering that at the start of every episode since he changed his name, I've actually given the name of the ship. But
you know,
we got to give John something to grouse about. So,
yes. No, I've got lots of it, so that's okay.
Let's go a little bit over. More than just a little bit of last time, just because we've got a bunch of things that have been. It's been a couple weeks, and just to get you guys up to date, and a little bit more of things like what current plot threads and things are still open. But last time, you guys had finished everything you were trying to do at with Sarah. Jeez. I just wrote this thing yesterday and I'm having troubles remembering. With Sarah, and we're just waiting till the next morning to catch the next tide so you could head to Calastria. You awoke with the ship, and some food was being delivered as several of you guys all went to various places. Hylough and Iylis went to look for cargo. After having gotten passengers the previous night, they talked with a Petchy Imports or Exports and a Hawkwind trading company, and found that those two were willing to ship some things to Emmerdal, in quotes, so that they could, and if it happened to fall off the truck on the way past Calastria, well, so be it. Those groups tried to pay just to Calastria, which Hylough, aka Morpheer, discovered, and forced them to pay the whole route, getting you guys a little bit more money. With that came two more passengers, two merchants, because of the two different companies going with their goods. At the same time, Marcus was working with Sarah to figure out more about the papers that had been found in the ship when you guys way back when had helped capture it as pirates. With the help of a hedge wizard, he was able to read you guys' passages, and sort of dawned on both of you that this sort of sounded like a thieves' cant style of code. Given that, you kind of figured maybe it was related to whoever was writing it, wizards, but it wasn't a wizard thing because it could have been a wizard thing. The hedge wizard hadn't gone through traditional schooling, so it's possible it could have been. But the diagrams definitely looked magical in nature, and he also had figured out that it was written by a man named Daxios. And so, given that information, Marcus headed back to the ship to, I'm going to use the word confront Beanbeck to see if he could force him into reading it for him, but we'll come back to that in a few minutes. At the same time, a few others had went to the library, the Ateneo, and we're doing research on a variety of things. Praedyth was trying to figure out if he could sort of narrow down where this temple was that he keeps on having visions about. Dresd'a was trying to figure out if she could reverse engineer, for lack of a better term, what her friend has been using to contact her during her dreams. And both of them were somewhat successful. Dresd'a learned a bit about a place called the Dreamlands that a wizard had been able to somehow get into by finding the gates of slumber. And by going through those gates, you could get into the Dreamland, which he called a magical place where time passed differently. And that he was able to speak with people that he knew, but they would never remember him upon awaking. Most people believed that his research was bunk, except for one other wizard who was able to actually reproduce it once. She claimed that she had been through the Dreamlands and kept on seeing this small child out of the side of her, just out of the corner of her eye, and every time she would look at it, it was gone. But did describe similar things to the original wizard, Carl Zahn. Dresd'a also looked up tried to figure out if there was any way she could find out more about the Eternal Eye, and she stumbled upon a scroll written by a wizard named Basir, which talked about the Eye of Eternity. The Eye of Eternity he was using to basically foretell things and lack of a better term, it's a clairaudience, clairvoyance kind of device that could see events in the past and the future across space and time. At least that's how he was using it. Unbidden, he was shown a vision by the orb that showed him some place with 3 statues of various women, where what it turns out was a gnome and a woman were placing objects in these statues' hands, and then a golden light had shined upon the woman. What that meant, he wasn't sure, but he set out to find it, and that was the end of any documentation from him until Dresd'a found a yearbook for the local academy, where she found a posthumous obituary declaring him dead in about 200 years ago as part of a shipwreck off the coast of the Barrera Isle. Meanwhile, Gulsa had provided Dresd'a with information about her research, because Dresd'a had asked way back when Gulsa had asked if she could continue on with Eudicalastria. And one of her things was some research on Barrera Isle related to a ziggurat that was partially submerged there. She vaguely remembered a shipwreck off the southern portion of the island, but that was 100 years ago, so she has no idea if it's still there or what state it would be. At the same time, Praedyth kind of had some dead ends, but eventually stumbled upon some potential research of a thing called the Echinosian Schism, where several Echinosian, or a tribe of Echinosians, split off from the main Echinosian culture about 1500 to 2000 years ago, and potentially migrated southwest into what would now be the Sea of Tears region. Looking through some of the culture of that time, some of the fallen columns from the temple look similar to what he has seen in his vision. And so now he has a bit more of an idea that it's probably somewhere in the Sea of Tears and probably Echinosian in design. After finding all that stuff out, you guys headed back to the ship where the cargo had been loaded. Your passengers had arrived, 2 female merchants who were trying to get to a job in Calastria, a delegate from Nevigari who had business in Calastria along with his manservant, which Marcus potentially knows his mother, or at least knows of his mother, but he has not mentioned that himself. And you guys disembarked from Margali. Oh, sorry, I forgot one last thing. While Hylough was looking for trade, he came upon a Nantes exporters, and going inside, he was mistaken for the son of the owner, Etienne Renault. Case of mistaken identity, he hopes, but after discussing things with the woman inside and Iris Legault, she said he looked like a spitting image of Etienne, and pardoned her mistake. So what that pretends to mean, or what that means in the future, we'll see what Hylough does with that, if anything. As you guys were disembarking from the docks, you noticed a commotion on the docks, and a child was running through the streets, being chased by men in brown uniforms and brown coats. Hylough and Marcus, you know them as the Brown Coats, or the Viaha Guard. They are run by the noble lord who runs this portion of the city. The child was able to evade capture and dived into the water kind of near the boat, but not, the boat had gotten far enough away that the kid should have had to swim to get closer, but he never surfaced. Spending some time looking around, both the Browncoats and Rhux and you guys, no one could find any evidence of the child. So you guys continued on, heading out into the Bay of Margali, and then eventually into the Gulf, where you decided to take the southerly route in an attempt to go by the route that is more heavily guarded by the Margali Navy, and to avoid potentially the pirate that was chasing you previously. Not much happened that particular day. Sailing was normal. The weather was fair. You were able to make decent time. or at least the expected time would probably be the right way to put it. And dusk fell, and you guys settled into your watches. It was during the middle watch, well, actually at the very end of the middle watch, when Aaron went down to get Iylis and Hylough. Upon coming back up, you notice that one of the night sailors, Conan, was tied up on the ground or on the deck, and there was a small humanoid, about the size of Perry, maybe a little bit bigger, not much, that was currently manning the helm. The humanoid turned to you guys and said, "My name is Valences de Entremont. Welcome to my hijacking, mon cher." And let me get you his picture again quick. As what you see after he speaks is clearly a halfling. And we will pick up the game there. As he points his pistol at you guys, at the three of you. As soon as he finishes that and he's pointing his pistol, suddenly he cocks his head a little bit and he says, "Hylough, is that you?"
Vanzelis, what are you doing on my ship?
Oh,
I start to walk toward him.
well, he sort of he slowly brings the pistol down into his side. And he's like, "Well, I'm trying to get away from another job that has went awry."
You seem to attract those.
It is a very yes, it is indeed. I did not know that this was your ship. If I had known that, I would have immediately came over the side earlier and asked for how you say refuge.
Passage.
Yeah. Well, you're here. You can stop hijacking my ship, our ship, I should say. That's the captain seems to
go ahead and untie those guys, please.
Oh, very, very demanding. Sure. It's complete misunderstanding, I must say.
I'm sure.
He kind of puts the pistol into his belt and kind of comes down and starts untying Conan. He's like, well, imagine meeting you here out in this way.
Yeah, imagine that.
I did not know you had come back to Margali. Were you there long?
Just a day. We are merchant. Been taken up here with our merchant vessel here, and we're moving cargo and people.
You wouldn't happen to have room for one more, or would you throw me over the side?
We will put up with you.
We'll have to. I think we'll have to talk to our captain about that.
Yeah.
Well, the captain's literally right next to you because Aaron is the one that got you guys awake.
Captain,
what do you think?
We can put up with you if you work for us.
Yes, I like that agreement.
That's a possibility. We'll have to see what kind of work this entails. These soft hands, they do not do this hard dock working things that you do.
We're putting them on rope duty.
Yeah, maybe you need to be up in the crow's nest keeping a lookout or something like that.
Sounds good. That actually sounds like a very good idea. In fact, I will go up there right now. And we will talk more later in the morning.
Okay.
He starts heading over towards the thing to start climbing out.
Let him go. Let him go.
All right. He climbs up and gets into the crow's nest. Which there's nobody up there right now because it is dark, so not a lot of use for the crow's nest when you can't see very far. So
right.
Yeah. So he gets up in there and
disappears. Right.
Well, disappears only because he's up there. But so what are you guys doing next?
I'm going to tell everybody here. What we have here is a con artist. Okay. We're going to have to keep an eye on him. He's always running these cons.
Is he friends enough to you not to con
Marcus,
you?
You're not awake. Go to sleep.
Oh, sorry.
Go to sleep.
Just me and Aaron?
Yeah, it's just Iylis and Aaron.
Artisty are we talking?
And Conant and Catriona.
Conant O'Brien.
Oh, his name is Conant. Conan is now back up manning the wheel again. He looks a little sheepish, like how he got caught out like that. But and Catriona comes up from the deck, from the below decks, with a little bit of some rope. Clearly, she was getting some rope from down below, and she kind of looks at you guys on deck, and guys are kind of speaking and stuff like that. She's like, "Oh, I don't know," and just continues doing her work.
Yeah. He's always running something. That's why he probably was he was the one running from the cops at the
I
docks.
figured we did pick him up. I'm surprised none of us spotted him though.
Yeah, as hard as we looked. Well, actually, he's slippery. We're just gonna have to keep an eye on him. I don't know that he's not bad, but
I prefer not to put him in any position where he could mess up.
Yeah.
And it affects us. Like I think even Crow's Nest is a little much.
Well, we'll keep an eye. Again, it doesn't matter where he is. We got to keep an eye on him. He's a pretty good fighter, though. I mean, he can get himself out of some scrapes, and I stumbled across him. He was being chased. I thought he was the good guy being chased. Turns out he was being chased by the cops, the guards, and because he had done something, and so I was the reason why he got away. So that's why he thinks he's.
That's why you guys are not really buddy. You're
no, we're just.
He just thinks you are.
He's he's not my kind of company, but yes, he's. Anyway, so we need to inform everybody that we have another crew member, and we don't need to expect much out of them, and keep an eye on all your stuff.
Got it. I will do that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll have to think of a better job for him.
I'm sure True will get him doing something.
Yeah. We'll talk to True about it. I'm sure she'll have ideas.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, well, he's with us now, and unless we want to just kill him or leave him on an island somewhere, I don't know what else we can do.
I would be fine with that.
Yeah, exactly.
Either one seems good.
Like, who put him here? Himself.
Right.
Who could? We could just
last seen in water.
Yeah, like literally. As far as the cops know, he drowned.
Right. Exactly. Okay. Well, like I said, he's not my best bud, but he might be useful at some point in time. I just don't really know. So.
See.
Ooh, we could use him as a sneak to get into that one guy's house.
And by the way, he'll tell you that he does a lot of good things. Helping. It's for the children or something like that. So don't believe a word he says, because it might be true, but we never know. Okay.
Got it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So
Captain's going to sleep.
All right. Aaron heads off to bed.
It's my watch.
Set up for watch, and
and me too. Yeah.
Do a quick watch roll. Dusk arrives after a couple hours, or dawn arrives after a couple hours.
I was like,
not dusk. Yeah, it was a really fast. The morning dawns on another fairly clear day. A few clouds in the sky, but nothing much. The breeze is still kind of westerly, but at a decent rate, so you're able to catch enough of it that you're able to zigzag your way across the thing. As the sun's come above the horizon, you notice that the Echinosian ship that you had kind of followed behind, the captain that was the ass that you guys had saved, that ship has pulled further and further away. You can still see it on the horizon, but it's more of like, the size of your thumb kind of thing. It's definitely been slowly able to outpace you guys as it is heading in the same direction you guys are. You also notice there are a couple other ships out here on the sailing lanes. They look to be typical merchant vessels as well, although one looks like it's a fishing vessel, a larger fishing vessel, potentially out in the deeper waters trying to get larger catches and things of that nature. that one kind of quickly falls behind as you guys continue. As the crew wakes up, starts to trim the sails and gets things going, and you guys start to cruise on your way. And let me bring up this so we can kind of update where you're at. You guys have moved to about here over the course of over the night and yesterday and the night. It's still about another day and a half to Port Hope, or at least to come around this edge here down into the Straits of Praedyth. So you've still got a little bit of time there. Is there anything in particular you guys are going to want to do this day? We're kind of in a day-by-day thing where it's kind of up to you if you guys want to try to do something specific. Otherwise, I will go through a few things that potentially happen on the ship, or at least that you notice, and then we'll move on to the next day. Kind of up to you guys.
I'll definitely want to see what True comes up with,
All right.
or what she thinks of this.
I also
dude.
order Rat to watch this fella.
All right. So morning comes up. The cruise comes alive. True was not on the night watch. Your second. Let me make sure. Oh no, True was on the night watch. So somehow this guy got past her as well. You point him out to her. Actually, he's potentially still up in the crow's nest because you haven't seen him so far since the suns have come up. But you hear Aaron order Rat to kind of look after him, and so Rat heads up into the crow's nest. And when he gets up top there, you kind of hear a slight huh, and he kind of looks over the edge and he says, I don't know what you're talking about. There's nobody up here. But I mean, I can see a bunch of ships around us. And he basically sits back into the crow's nest and starts doing crow's nest things.
But his job is to
He's sneaky.
His job is to look after the guy. Go find the guy. Go search the ship.
I think we need to all search the ship.
All right.
Right.
You guys start looking around for him.
Locked down.
You're kind of looking around for him on the ship, and Hylough, I mean, you find him almost as you're kind of looking around. You find him almost immediately. He's actually in the galley cooking something. As you kind of walk in, you kind of smell something that smells actually pretty decent. He kind of looks up and he says, "Oh, monsieur, I think I have found the right deal for me. If I were to be your cook, that would be perfect. These hands are very good. They're very, very quick to be able to dish up many things."
Okay.
And you can see he's making somewhat of a breakfast. It looks like he is using some of the really good food. He's gotten into the bacon that was part of that, and is throwing some of it up. But he's what he's making smells pretty damn good. And you hear your chummy growl as you're kind of watching him do what he's doing.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let him do. And let's see who could we get to come down here and just assist him. I think Rat's kind of gullible. He's got himself into trouble.
Yes. Perry? Where's Perry?
He's probably up on doing helmsman. He's normally your helmsman.
Yeah, that's true.
Doesn't mean he has to be. I mean, it's very funny that the helmsman of the Maiden's Folly was a gnome, but doesn't mean you have to keep him that way. Just saying that's probably where he is.
Yeah, stick with tradition,
What is it? Keto? What is it?
Keto.
Keto diet.
Yeah, I mean, can look. That's what you want.
Yeah, let's get somebody let's try somebody else out here.
Okay.
Get Keto on there, and then we'll before he goes, I'm gonna give him the full lowdown on don't trust this guy.
Here's Keto. He's like, okay? I can help out with that. I mean, get me off some of the rigging and stuff. It's all that sort of stuff that's been going on. But I mean, all right. You say he's crafty and stuff. All right.
I'll just watch him. He's deceitful. Just watch out. Yes. Don't believe a word he says.
Okay. I mean, if he says he has to go to the bathroom, am I not to believe that?
you're to follow behind loosely and make sure that he actually goes and then he comes back. I don't even know where's the bathroom on this ship.
Oh, there's a latrine. I mean, probably a couple buckets that you just throw over the side. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. You just pee over the side.
So you just don't, you keep an eye on, make sure he goes there and then he comes back. Okay. And if he does anything, you don't have to force him to do anything, but if he does anything, you lose track of him, you come get me immediately. So.
Okay. All right. That sounds like an easy job. All right. I'll watch the little dude.
And help him with the food. Just help him get the food delivered to get
All
the crew
Well,
fed.
I'll see if he can teach me some stuff. That smells pretty good. Yeah. And he heads into the kitchen and into the galley and starts talking with him. He's like, how did you get this stuff? He's like, oh yeah, I found this bacon that was in the cupboard over here. And it smells very wonderful when you fry it up. And they start to talk about stuff like that as you guys head out. Heading up top, you find True at the top, kind of looking at you guys. He's like, who the hell is this character?
Well, I'll give her all the facts.
Yeah,
give me the rundown.
Just the facts, man.
Up there.
He's a stowaway.
Okay, so he was the one who jumped off the pier.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And what do we know about him?
I tell him everything I told him.
So I told him the story of
he's
the
a con
27
artist.
8x10 colored glossy photos.
Paragraph back of each one.
Explaining what it was to be used as evidence against it.
So yes. So he's a con artist. Got to keep close eye on him. I got Keto on to try to keep a real close eye on him. He's supposed to come get me if there's any problems. Apparently he brings a lot of French cooking skills or what?
Cajun.
So,
can you make Cajun fries?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you probably don't have a lot of. Well, you probably have a lot of potatoes actually.
Yeah. However, I would think so.
Yeah.
He's a master with alligator, so keep him away from Rhux.
No, he's not. But it's funny. That's a good one. Drew's like, all right, I guess, but so he's going to be the cook now. And you say he's a con artist, and we shouldn't. Somebody let Rhux know that he's to lock up all of his poisons and things like that, his antidotes, because they can also be used to poison people.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody's. I don't know.
You might think that you guys are friends now, but like as soon as he catches wind that you guys might not be friends, then he might try and hijack us again.
Exactly. I don't trust anything. I'm okay with doing it. Unless True, if you have a better idea about what to do with him in the meantime, he just, I don't trust him, but I don't know what to do.
Well, are you treating him? Do you want to treat him like a prisoner, or he just? I mean, we have a lot of people with different pasts. That's just watch out for him, right?
Yeah, but they asked to be on the ship.
Well, before since he asked to be on a ship, he just
with a gun
didn't get a ticket. I didn't. All right. Marks is going to go practice with the bow and then get the ballista ready for our tests whenever.
Iylis is very mad at this guy.
Okay, so you go start doing a little bit of practice, set up sort of a target on one of the masts and start doing that. Iylis and True kind of is like, whatever, guys, just keep him an eye, and if you want him to do more stuff, then just let me know. I'll figure out a way to get him to do stuff. And then she heads off and continues to start doing stuff with the crew. As of right now, everybody is on the crew. True does turn and says, but by the way, you might want to find somebody other than Keto. He's on the night crew tonight. He really should be going and getting some shut-eye. As she kind of heads off.
Who does she suggest? I mean, she's really in charge. I don't really want to take away her role.
She's like, whatever you need, guys. He's on the night duty. If I have to swap him out to somebody else, that's fine. I'll swap him out. But just giving the info.
Okay.
She heads off and starts calling out things and problems and stuff like that. Which reminds me, Aaron, somebody give me a survival check for your travel of the day.
Captain is on it. Captain is not on it.
Captain is not on it. So the crew for today, because of the distractions and things that are going on. Like you guys are out in the middle of the ocean now. There's scuttlebutt comes around pretty quickly that there's some stowaway on board that's now making food. They find that a little weird. Also, you guys notice that Beanbik is up doing his thing with the ballistas. He's now actually fitting one of the gems in place and things like that. But there's one of the merchants. You think it's Jeff, maybe the one that came from the Hawkwind guys. He's sitting back there, kind of watching, and every so often he kind of goes and then comes outside. And he seems to do that pretty much the whole day. So that's also distracting some people.
A lot of that going around. A lot of seasickness.
At a certain point, Guido, who I accidentally spelled Guido on here. Guido comes up on the deck and kind of looks around a bit and nods to you guys. He's the other merchant. He kind of goes back up onto the forecastle and kind of watches the sea go by. No one sees Gulsa around anywhere except for Dresd'a. Gulsa's in that place until Dresd'a comes out. During the day, you don't see any evidence of the delegate and his manservant. They seem to stay down in that cargo hold. And then the other two merchants, the two that you put in with the crew that were on their passengers, those two come up at a certain point. Like you notice them first checking out the cannons on the gun deck and speaking with Matt about them. Matt kind of gives them a rundown of what they are and like, yep, we tested them. They work great. They got some really cool features that the one guy that I don't remember, some lord gave to us. They seem a little impressed, but Anita looks as they eventually come up on deck, and Anita looks a little green, but never really throws up or anything like that. She's like, it's just like she sways a bit more than she should for what she's doing around the thing. And they kind of look around for a bit upstairs and meet a little of the crew. So over the course of the day, a lot of these people come up and distract your guys' crew, slowing everything down a little bit. It's not so much that you feel that you're going to lose a whole day, but you don't make it nearly as far this day as you were hoping you would. Hopefully you can make it up on a future day. Severino, you hear him in the cabin next to the kitchen. And even at some point, Vencelis comes up and says, "Hey, what's with the dude down there who's always doing the throwing up? That porthole, it looks a little green. Something's growing on it, probably from all of his throwing up."
Nasty.
He doesn't like the sea. He'll get used to it just in time for us to be on land again.
So that sort of stuff. When you go up and
the seas are calm, right?
Yeah, it's a fair weather day. There's a little bit of the breeze is reasonable. The seas are not like super.
These people are going to be worthless when a storm, if we hit a storm or anything.
It's possible, yeah.
That's what
mid-afternoon, Beanbit comes and gets you, Marcus.
Okay.
And you guys, you can send for anybody else you want to. He says, it's time for us to try this thing out. At least one of them. We should give it a try. You got any kind of target you want?
Let's see. How far do illusions get cast? I don't think it's far enough.
No.
Let's just make sure they work first, and then I'll.
All right.
And I'll bring the captain up, Aaron, and.
All right. So you guys get up onto the aft deck. Jeff is still kind of there, looking very green, but he's interested in what's going on. Beanbit kind of gives him a look. He's like, "I told you we'd give it a try, but you might want to back up a little bit just in case. You never know." He goes up to the thing, and there's, like I said, there's runes all over, kind of carved all over the frame of this ballista, including some on the actual like bow part of the ballista and things like that. He seems to have jury-rigged the. He's definitely, if this doesn't work, the ballista is no longer usable. Just to be clear, because of what he's done to it. It's just, it won't.
I'm up for experiments.
You'll have to literally get it fixed again, and that sort of stuff.
Okay.
I'm kind of excited.
Like
to
it would
see
be
what happens.
salvageable, but it would take you'd have to salvage it in port. Like you couldn't fix it here.
Yeah.
Because of what he's all done. But he gets up there and he says, "All right. So when you want to do something, this right here is the command word. And I didn't have a really good command word, so I just came up with Beanbick." And the thing goes. And you see the crystal start to glow as soon as he says it.
So we can't say your name.
He's like, "Oh no,
on deck."
Oh, that was maybe I shouldn't have done it that way." That's a good point. It doesn't fire anything, but now we need to roll a d20. See what happens. All right. So what did I write down for this? I wrote down roll a d20. Got to find Beanbick. Here we go. Add its proficiency and intelligence modifier. So let's look up Beanbick and see what his intelligence modifier is. I can find him in here somewhere.
Beanbick the ballista or Beanbick the person?
Beanbick has a plus. He has a total of +5. So roll a d20 and add +5. Here we go.
Oh yes, not horrible.
All right. So he gets a 21. All right.
Nice.
So what did I have for 21? Well, here's what I had. Let's see. On anything less than a 10, the gem shatters and the ballista splinters, making it unusable. And everybody around it takes a d3d6 worth of damage. That wasn't what it did. On a 10 to 15, the test fails, but not so badly that it can't be fixed and tested again. On a 15 or higher, everything works perfectly. The gem flares up a sort of an energy like lightning-ish kind of bolt, or well, really more. It's sort of like a spectral kind of cylinder, for lack of a better term. It doesn't look like a ballista bolt or anything. It's just like a cylinder of energy, but it's kind of spectral in nature. That kind of appears once he says Beanbick. And as he's like, as you guys are saying, hey, so we can't say anything. You like see the thing come up, and he's like, oh yeah, that's not such a good thing. And then at that point, as that happens, he actually turns and accidentally hits the. In essence, there is a trigger on these things because you gotta normally you would get the thing in and then you trigger it. He accidentally hits it, and you see the thing go. And it's like, huh. I guess it works.
What does it blast?
It does force bolts. Basically.
Oh, okay.
Good job.
So it looks like an air cannon.
Excellent.
Well, no. So basically, like I said, the spectral kind of bluish kind of force of energy kind of appears there
fun.
and sits there until you hit the bolt, or until you hit the trigger.
Oh,
He
that's so
hit
cool.
the trigger, and that fired the bolt.
That looks really cool.
But he
Nice
didn't hit
job,
a mast
Beanbick.
or anything. It just went off in a
No,
random
it went
direction.
off in the direction that was pointing.
Okay.
Remember,
Was
the ballista can
outside of the
only
ship,
can
right?
only
Yeah, outside.
turn about 180 degrees and can't point back through the ship. So
That's good.
it
Nice
didn't.
job,
I mean,
Beanbick.
it
This
does
is really
go
cool.
off in a direction that's kind of near one of the ships that's kind of around you, but it's not anywhere close to hit it.
Okay, so it doesn't hit anything?
Nope.
Let's find some
Because-
rocks to
I'll
shoot
say,
at. Let's test
It's
it.
Well,
like,
if we had like a barrel,
well,
an
that
empty
works.
barrel, we could send out there.
I guess maybe I should do the next one now. You notice that he has put the runes and stuff on the other one, but he hadn't dismantled it yet, like he did this one.
Yeah,
I
think so.
Go for
Captain?
it. It seems to have worked really well.
Worked pretty good.
How-
Your ballista safety protocols need some work, though.
Well, I can always change the things, and we can pick a different word if you want for starting it, for basically doing the loading command.
Just anything but any of the crew's names.
Okay.
Come get some.
How about
The
ahoy?
command word. No, the
No,
command
ahoy,
word.
ahoy is
No,
not
it's
good. Ahoy is not good.
The
Battle
command
station.
word
Hey Siri. Hey Siri.
Hey, Siri.
How about
going to
fire
be
the ballista?
Fire the ballista. That could work.
Charge
Or ready
the
the ballista.
Ready the ballista. Charge the ballista. All right. Well, we'll workshop it while I fix the other one. Okay.
No,
All
it's
right.
going to be ballista on.
Oh,
Do we have ballista engage? Do we have like a barrel or something empty that we could send out there and then shoot at it and see how it targets? I mean, I'm sure we have something,
You
right?
could probably find something. Sure.
Also, we have 2 ballistas. So if we make it ballista on, we have to make it ballista 1 or ballista 2.
Okay, well, let's try the barrel thing and see how accurate it is and see.
All right.
We have a
So-
stowaway
You
on the barrel.
You don't want. I mean,
We could put him in the
he
barrel.
hasn't
I'm
really
okay with
done
that.
anything other than stowaway.
I know.
well, the
He made
breakfast
us
you
some
guys,
food
the
that
breakfast
people
you guys
threw
had
up.
was actually pretty good. So
Yeah.
Everyone threw it up, so
no one
Everyone
threw
didn't throw it up. Just the people who threw up anyway.
Yeah. This is kind of mid-afternoon, so at about this point.
Yeah.
So you guys
Let's
find a
test that.
barrel and you throw the barrel out there, and you guys spend the next 30 minutes kind of testing it. And sure enough, it does seem to basically work. And it basically, in essence, it just makes it so you don't need ammunition. It does the same amount of damage. It just does force damage instead of piercing damage, and that's it.
That's good.
So cool. So is there still? I mean, since I didn't know that there was a chance that this could fail, is there always a chance that it could fail? I mean, is this something we have to worry about every time we want to go fly? We have to roll. Is there
That's
going to
kind
be
of
a
why I
roll?
was worried about the cannons. If we,
Is there going to be a roll of the dice every time?
Are you asking him that?
I'm asking you as a game master.
I don't know. You should ask him that. Why would I tell you that? As a game
So
master.
is this
Well-
thing like super stable every time you fire it, or are we gonna have
I
to?
know,
Like,
it should be fine now. It's just
finagle
the
it?
first time on. It might.
Okay.
If I do something wrong or accidentally carve something incorrectly, it's possible something can go bad.
Good to know.
I mean, you guys have been basically doing the command word for the last half an hour, and nothing's gone wrong with it.
True.
So-
Be big.
Marcus will go check on the merchant and make sure everything's okay down in that cabin.
Which merchant?
Not the merchant, the ambassador.
Oh, Rutillo and
Yeah,
His
just
manservant?
make sure if there's food and everything, let him know and that kind of
well,
thing.
I mean, yeah, the manservant came and got food. Like it's just they've
okay,
been
so
staying
everything's
longer.
good.
Yeah,
I'll leave him alone then.
as far as you can tell, like the manservant hasn't ever said anything, but he did come and get food when you guys had breakfast and provided some stuff for lunch and things like that. He did get food. It's just they
Okay,
haven't.
well, yeah,
come out
I'll go
for us.
down and make sure everything's okay.
So you head down there and kind of knock on the door. You hear, "Oh yes, I got to get my Italian accent back." Yes, how can I help you?
This is Marcus, just checking to make sure everything's okay.
The door opens and Rutillo is saying, "Yeah, of course it's okay. We have nothing. We have everything we need right here. We are just enjoying the voyage for a bit inside. I'll probably come up on deck later this evening. But until then, we have no
Sure.
need for anything."
Perfect. Just wanted to check in. Thanks.
Good.
And I like to glance across the room, see if there's anything obviously.
I mean, it looks like they've kind of taken a few things out of the
I
trunk.
mean, I don't
and
expect anything. I'm just saying if anything leaps out at me.
nothing kind of leaps out at you, no.
Okay.
That's that part. There's nothing really else I have down as interesting for this day, other than what I've already talked about. Evening comes, and as evening arrives, and the sun start to come down and get close to dusk, the Ventellus makes another dinner. I'm assuming at this point, Hylough, you have told him to stay out of the more expensive food.
Yeah, I said, listen, we have just a limited supply of that, so do your best with the average.
So he's
food.
like, he looks a little crestfallen. He's like, "Okay, mon cher, I will do what I can, but we will see what we will do." And but he still makes something decent for dinner. It's a lot of it is. There's only so much variety you have. I mean, it is mostly like potatoes and biscuits and apples and that sort of stuff. So there's only so much you can do with that.
Hard tack, not so hard tack.
Yeah, I mean,
Slightly softer
you guys do have a few chickens on board that are laying eggs, so you do get some eggs every so often thing. And I'm assuming that part of the food you got was of like a fresh pig or something like that. That is, kind of moving around in the crew area. So at some point
Yeah.
you'll slaughter it and do that. But
Yeah.
you notice that he does seem to supplement whatever you had with some fish. So at some point he got somebody to do some fishing off the side of the ship. The food is okay. It's decent. It's good enough for what it is. At that point, Rutillo has come up on deck and is eating with the rest of you guys. Eating up on deck. I'm not saying he's necessarily with the rest of you guys. He's kind of watching, looking out over the sea as the suns are coming down. the ship that you guys were kind of behind is definitely it's now even smaller on the horizon, but you can still see it with a spyglass. I mean, clearly once it goes dark, you won't be able to see it, but before then you can. It's still heading in approximately the same direction as you are. You guys are probably about here at this point, something like that. And he Vancelis, once he's done eating, Ketos follows him around, and he actually joins in on some of the dice games that you guys that the crew does before hitting the bunks and things like that. No one's like Keto doesn't bring anything to your attention. Everybody seems to be not necessarily enamored with the guy, but at least he's there. He's polite and good natured, and no one reports anything missing after the game.
That's a plus. Just means they haven't realized it yet. Marcus is playing some of the dice games, by the way.
That's fine.
So I'm gonna pull him aside and say, listen, okay. You started off on the wrong foot. You started off on the wrong foot. You've made up for it with the great food that you've provided. But if you mess up, I guarantee you that this crew will throw you in the hold and keep you there, in the bilge, and keep you there, lock you there. Okay, so
Val says, "Isn't that where that Sorcerer man lives?"
Yeah, you can make friends.
I like splashing around, man.
yeah.
Well, you know me. I would never try to do anything to harm you or your things. I mean,
you pointed a gun at me when we first came on board.
Well, I did not know you were here.
Exactly.
If I had known you were around here, I would have come and spoken directly to you.
Okay, all right.
I mean, and I had been running from the skids, so you know how that can be.
No, actually, I don't.
That's how we met. How do you know that that's not how it is? You know exactly how it is.
I've never been the one who's been running, so let's put it that way. So anyway.
Oh, you've been chased by Inquisitors, so you know how it's like.
Well,
it's not from the cops. You understand?
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, that's. I'll just leave it at that. So.
All right. So I understand. I will be on my best behavior. On my honor as the courtier to her ladyship.
Okay. Whatever you say.
All right. He continued. I mean, he just goes and continues to. He finds a bunk and
I say,
put up another hand.
And it's good to see you again. So
well, I'm always good to see you.
I smile and then walk away.
Okay. You guys doing any watches this evening?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take the
what
first
happened
watch.
last night. I'm taking third again.
Okay.
I'll do third as well.
Who's doing first?
Marcus will do first.
All right. So you guys start your watches. During the first watch, Rutillo stays up on deck for a while. You notice that he seems to smoke something, and kind of watches around and then kind of nods at you as he heads back down to the thing, down into the cargo.
Nod back at him.
Otherwise, nothing else seems to happen for your watch. If I can get my mouse to do what it's supposed to do.
Doesn't he know weed's illegal?
And so you get whoever was at second watch. I don't remember who was at second watch.
Rhux is on second. I'm not volunteering.
What's was on first?
Who's on second watch? We've already done first watch, so who's on
Well,
second watch?
if Rhux doesn't do it, I will.
Well, you did first.
Okay.
He did?
Yes.
Okay.
I just didn't hear him say anything.
Dresd'a can do next.
Okay.
Oh, it didn't go through? I did actually say. My bad.
You were probably muted. All right, so Dresd'a, you come out and Marcus gets you. You come out. During the day, you had noticed that Galsa seemed to be talking to herself a lot. You finally realize that she's not actually talking to herself. She's doing some kind of magic that's sending things, and she's been asking questions and stuff like that. It seemed to be related to her research. and then writing a bunch of stuff down on the scrolls. That's what you noticed while she was doing during the day. Here at night, though, she's sleeping. You come out. It's been a pretty clear evening. You kind of settle in. You watch Matt and Keto and Ennui, who are out on the deck this evening. Ennui being the second mate, kind of doing their thing, keeping the ship going, calling out anything. The ship is still heading in the direction. Note that at night when it's dark, you guys do tack some things in and are not traveling as fast as you would be during the day.
Yeah.
Just as an FYI, you don't have a full crew doing things, so you try to make sure that there's plenty of time to do stuff to get out of the way and things of that nature. And so that's why 2 people can handle it, or 3 technically, because you got the second mate. So just as an FYI. They do all their stuff. Keto looks a little sleepy. It looks like he never did get to sleep. But Matt more than makes up for it. He's pretty energetic as it is. And after your few hours of watch, checking things out, not much is going on. It's a pretty clear night, pretty silent night. You can clearly see the arcs to the south, and the variety of moons that are currently up. But nothing happens. And you get Iylis and Hylough for their watch.
Here we are.
You guys spend your time on watch. Again, pretty quiet night.
That's good. We like quiet.
And after a few
I want more
hours,
guns pointed at me.
after a few hours, the suns rise and dawn happens, and it is now Brizo the 6th. You guys,
Brizo the 6th.
Yep, you
My
guys.
favorite king.
Actually, you guys are about right here on Brizo the 6th, where I've already put you. I kind of put you a little too far. You're expecting that by dawn of tomorrow morning, you'll be at the Straits of Praedyth. Getting up this morning, kind of checking on things. Most of the ships that were around you have kind of fallen away. Occasionally during the day, you see a ship or 2 coming your direction. This is, after all, a relatively busy trade route, even with the embargoes and things on. So you do see some ships mostly heading to the east. Right now, you're the only one in your kind of area to the west. Occasionally, who's ever in the Crow's Nest will mark out some other ships that person can see on the horizon, but none of them are really getting any closer. A few of them are falling back because you guys have been doing pretty decent, although yesterday was not a great day for you guys.
Yeah, I want to try and do some
Will you grab the
gusts of
Pepsi for me?
winds. I will grab
the Pepsi from the fridge for me.
I would totally get it for you, but
Is Ellie in there?
She might be.
Oh.
It's a possibility.
You're keeping children in the refrigerator with the Pepsi?
I
Yeah,
guess
that is
so.
kind of weird.
Oops, sorry.
So Iylis, you were going to do something.
I want to do some gusts of wind because I don't think I was doing that yesterday. Just to kind of see if I can help make up time. Throughout the day.
Yeah, you guys are probably a quarter day behind where you expected to be. Your gusts of wind will help for a bit, but it's not going to really catch up that much. It's only going to do a little bit. But if I
do it
Yep.
today and then tomorrow
you
as
keep
well.
doing it. The day dawns again with fair skies. It's a pretty decent day. The wind is
a gust of wind.
the wind is a little bit lower, so your gusts help keep things going. And same as yesterday, you guys trying to do anything in particular during the day? Otherwise, I will just go through some things you noticed during the day, and we'll head on to the next day.
Marcus is going to try to figure out some of this book he's been working on spells and stuff and expanding what he knows. So he's going to try messaging to Hylough and just work on that as he's on deck.
Do we have a crew, or did you want to finish with Marcus or first?
No, go ahead. What were you...
Does our crew? Do I feel like they're competent with the cannons? Or
remember when you guys left Marabar, you did spend a couple hours going through it, and Matt is relatively competent. Matt and Artec, definitely showed that they know what they're doing, even though one of them blew up in Artec's face.
Okay, all right. Just wanna...
So at some point late afternoon, Hylough, you're going about doing your stuff, and suddenly you suddenly hear Marcus's voice like whispering in your ear, and Marcus says,
"Can you hear me, Hylough? This is not the normal voice in your head." And I'm looking at you from across the ship.
And I'm like,
it sounds like he's literally whispering right into your ear, right next to you.
So I'm looking around, and do I see him?
Yeah, he's like on the forecastle, and you're over by the capsule.
I'm looking at you, so I, trying to meet your eye gaze.
Yes, I hear you. What? How can you do that?
I picked up a.
Did you shout that, or did you just say it?
I just said it because he wasn't shouting. So
I just can't remember if message has a certain number of words. I know you have to see the person. That's what I was checking.
Yeah, I think I see each other, but
I don't think it has a number. You can cast through solid object if you're familiar with the target, and know it is beyond the barrier. Huh.
Yeah, if I got to practice for, I can get that good.
Yep. No. It doesn't give an amount, but only they see it, and they can whisper a response if they want. Which sounds like he did. So.
Except not really whisper.
He spoke in a normal voice.
Yeah, he just spoke to a normal. A couple of the crew look up at you like, he's over there, dude. But that's it. Otherwise, throughout the day, Vencelis is making food for you guys. The food is decent. Again, continues to be decent. Jeff is still sick, but by the end of the day, he seems to get his sea legs and starts to actually move around the ship a little bit better and is not throwing up all the time. Same thing for Severino. Severino gets over his has gotten over his kind of seasickness late last night, and is out most of the day on deck. He seems to have finally found some semblance of sea legs, but any kind of large wave that comes by kind of causes him to gulp a bit and kind of stare at this horizon to try to just gather himself.
Yeah, tell him to focus on the horizon and any type of hints that I know of.
What's interesting is Ratillo is out on the deck more often today, and you guys notice that he's occasionally talking with the crew. And Severino, late in the afternoon, approaches you, Marcus, or Aaron, depending on who's closest, and mentions overhearing some of Ratillo, some of his conversations with the crew, and he seems to be asking questions, especially of the crew, especially things that seem more about the officers and how well the crew knows them. Most of the questions he's leading with, from what he overheard, with things like, hey, how are you? How long have you been a sailor? What makes you want to be a sailor? Why did you choose this job? Why did you choose this ship? Do you know who these guys are? That sort of stuff. Severino seems to think that Rutillo bears watching, and that he's going to just kind of try to follow him around on deck when he's up there.
Yeah, please do, and let us know.
Anita and Zoe are up on deck a lot more. They seem to have fallen into chatting with Catriona, Melwyn, and Ennui. While the latter three are doing their work. By mid-afternoon, Anita and Zoe both have their cloaks off and have actually started helping out a bit, learning a bit of seacraft. The three ladies seem to have talked them into at least trying it out, and so you seem to have a couple extra hands right now.
Working vacations, yes.
That are learning some seacraft and things like that. You don't see Ratillo's manservant at all, other than to get food. He still seems to be down in the thing. Galsa spends most of the day on deck. She keeps attempting to engage Dresd'a, and she keeps trying to ask you more and more about the spirit binding and all that sort of stuff. And unless you're going to be open about it, she doesn't make much headway. Beanbrook finishes the second ballista, and you guys try that in the afternoon, and it doesn't work, but it doesn't blow up. So he continues trying to fix it, and then he gets after dusk. He tries one more time to get it working, and he's fixed the problem. And he changed the command word to be ready ballista.
Okay. Well done.
So that's all set up. At that point, he tells you guys, "All right, tomorrow I'm gonna take a little break tomorrow and maybe kind of go over some of that stuff with the other thing we were talking about. See what happens there."
Anything you can do, be great.
Last thing is Guido Pecci, the one of the other merchant. He's been checking his cargo twice a day the last couple of days. In the afternoon, he comes up and mentions that someone or something has disturbed some of the ropes on the gunpowder, and he's a little concerned about it.
Is that our gunpowder or his gunpowder?
His gunpowder, the cargo.
Okay.
Oh.
Can he go into a little more depth? Is it disturbed, like chewed, or has this been moved?
Well,
we'll go down.
I'll
they're
go
just
examine
different.
it.
So you guys go examine. Give me an investigation check.
Yeah.
Both of us, each of us.
Just one with advantage, or both of you singly.
I've got a pretty good one if you want to.
Go ahead.
Looking over the ropes, it's pretty clear something's been gnawing on them. Probably a vermin of some sort.
Okay.
Rat.
Probably have some
not.
probably have some kind of vermin on the ship, which you already think of as rat and Vencelis, but you know,
Yeah.
this doesn't look like their handiwork.
How do you normally handle? Do you set rat traps, or do we have any traps? Or
You don't necessarily have anything. A lot of ships have
when you get a cat?
rat cats. They have cats on the ship to try to get rid of rats.
We have rat pigs.
Yeah,
Rat chickens.
You could try to put out the pig down there and see what it does. I'm not sure you want pig shit all over your cargo hold.
Well, let's strengthen the ropes and make sure there's nothing wrong with them. And
okay. And that is most of what goes on during Briso the 6th as you guys continue to head slowly southward. You do notice southern Praedyth as you're kind of coming through here. You notice you have been seeing some islands and things have been going on, but about dusk, or as you're getting on dusk, you definitely see the Praedyth Isle on the horizon as you're coming around through the thing. And that is that. That this evening, Melwyn and Ariana are on night duty with True. And I'm assuming you guys do watches. I'm not going to ask for who it is.
Yeah, same one. Same for me.
At a certain point, I'm probably not even going to make rolls anymore. As we move through to morning of the next day. Probably should have just moved forward today instead of what I'm doing. All right. Briso the 7th arrives, and the weather is amazing. It's really nice out. It's been a little hot the last couple of days, but a cooler breeze is coming in. The breeze is a little bit heavier than it has been. You have some of the best conditions you've seen so far on your voyage so far, and you start the day clearly on your way towards the Strait of Praedyth. Given how good the weather is, give me a survival check first, just to make sure you don't do something stupid.
Understandable.
I'm on it.
Are you?
Nice.
Right. So
There we go.
you guys, the crew picks up on all this sort of stuff, and so with a little bit of coaxing, True starts to direct them into a slightly more advanced way of trying to catch the wind with the sails and things like that. Somebody give me an intelligence check, and you can add your proficiency if you have water vehicle proficiency.
I think that would be Robert, right? Robert, are you intelligence based?
I do have
Or are you sorcerer?
water vehicle. Let's see here. Intelligence. Give me a second.
Unless Aaron's still got it. I don't know what Aaron's got, but
I'm not intelligent.
I have 10 points towards water vehicles. I don't know exactly what that means.
It means you haven't quite gotten there yet, but you can make the attempt. You can do this check without adding proficiency, and I will give you more towards it.
Okay. Is it just an intelligence check?
Just an intelligence check.
Okay.
Ability check.
I have the same thing. Points
I
for
have-
the water vehicle.
I have
only one of you can do the
plus-
test.
I have +2 intelligence.
Okay, I'm +3.
Do you want to try it?
Yeah, let him do it
It's up to
then.
you, but I'm okay.
Go for it.
All right.
He's our
I'll-
navigator anyway, I think.
Yeah, I'm just a sail guy.
Okay.
I just know how to get the
between
sails
your
going.
navigation and True's more advanced technique of catching the wind, you guys get a boost in speed today and catch back up on that quarter day, as well as and reduce the journey by another quarter day by the end of this day. So we'll get into more of that as we kind of go on.
Do I get more points into that?
Because you got a 16, you get 8 more points. When you reach 20, you will have gotten a. No, I think the way I want to do this, you can add your proficiency to the number of points you currently have. So if you had 10 points and your proficiency is currently 3, add 3 to it. Once you reach 20, you will be proficient in vehicles water. Okay, that's fine. Anybody doing anything this day?
So Marcus is going to cast silent image. So we're going to have a silent image of letting everyone know first, but of a serpent 60 feet off the port bow, and then we can shoot at it with our ballista.
All right, so you
Just
guys
just practicing with the ballista. It's a first level spell.
At a certain point during the day, you practice. You have several of the crewmen practice shooting at the serpent in the water.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But morning comes, and you guys start heading through the Straits of Perdido about a couple hours after dawn. You can see there are about a half a dozen ships in the strait. 4 are heading to the west, like you guys are, while 2 are heading back towards the east. 2 of the ships are clearly Margali naval vessels and seem to be patrolling as they close to within about 500 yards of the Essenza before heading off to check on another ship. As you guys reach the western edge of the straits, one of the Margali naval ships fires on what looks like a severely made sloop. The sloop attempts to flee, but as the Essenza continues its journey west, it is very clear that the Searly ship has taken damage and that the Margali navy will eventually overtake them. And as you guys continue through the straits and start to head north, you're able to kind of look at what's going on with the spyglass. You notice some Marines boarding and fighting others on board. If anybody wants to give me a perception check to get more details, as you might have a better view
I
of
would
what's
like
going
to
on.
look. Can more than one of us look?
I would like to look as well.
You guys can, that's fine.
I have a spyglass.
Oh,
Anybody want to use
they're
it?
looking with a
Crap.
spyglass. No, they have to use a spyglass just to.
Oh yeah,
It's far enough
okay.
away. Like, remember, you guys going through the straits takes maybe an hour or 2, and you guys are moving relatively well right now. Aaron, as you're watching through that, the crew on the Searly vessel seems to be wearing a lot of ragged clothing, and in your estimation, they're probably pirates.
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 Remember those days?
No.
Raise an eyebrow to
try not
that.
to.
Ixnay on the Irish day
Yeah.
with everybody around day.
So yeah, you guys come around and are starting up the here. As the day progresses, Jeff, the Hawkwind merchant, he seems to be up and about. He starts checking his cargo twice a day as well, similar to Guido. Guido again does his twice a day thing. He mentioned seeing a rat this time chewing on the ropes that are holding the gunpowder in place. And then other than that, he seems to stay to himself. Late afternoon, Marcus, Beanbeck approaches you and provides some information about the pulse wave.
Oh, excellent.
But we'll come back to that. Galsa seems to spend the morning on deck, but right around lunchtime seems to stiffen and head into the front cabin where she's staying. She's not seen outside of the cabin the rest of the day, including for food or anything like that. Dresd'a, when you head in there at some point, you notice that she is writing in some scrolls and again is sending messages. Rutillo spends much of the day on deck chatting with the crew. Anyone overhearing him finds them to be mostly about where people came from and why they chose to be a sailor, similar to the day before. But a couple of times you're able to catch him unawares, and he's asking pointed questions about the officers and how much they know of their previous lives. These guys don't know much about you guys, so they pretty much are like, oh, we just signed on, they seem like good guys, that sort of stuff is the answers again.
So, does he seem to be looking at me differently than...
Well, I'll get to Severino. Severino shadowed Rutillo for most of the day, and his report at the end of the day jives with what anybody has overheard. But Severino is pretty sure Rutillo knows he's being followed around, and that the questions have changed a little bit. So he feels like yesterday they were more directed about you guys. Today they were more directed about, the crew in general. So he's going to try to be more surreptitious about it next time. You guys can also try other things if you want. Anita and Zoe, by the end of this day, are now almost like extra crew members. They have taken to the work and seem to be enjoying the company of the crew. One thing that you guys do kind of notice is that Anita is never really very far from Zoe. Even when True tries to break them up to do something, Anita's pretty much like, no, we'll do the same things. And True doesn't necessarily bring that up. It's just something you guys probably notice as you're kind of going around. It also becomes kind of obvious that Anita is maybe 5 or 6 years older than Zoe. And Zoe, as you kind of are seeing her more and more each day, you're kind of guessing that maybe she's mid to late teens, which seems kind of young for a merchant, but who knows?
Interesting.
We did Judo, Galsa, Rutillo. You guys don't see Pow at all during the day. With Rutillo out, he's getting his food himself during those times, so you don't see Pow at all. And lastly, let's go over Beanbick, and then we will move on to the evening. Beanbick approaches you, Marcus, at some point, and he doesn't want to talk about this out in the open. So where do you guys want to talk?
We can go to the captain's quarters, if that's where no one else is.
Oh, sure. I mean,
I can tell everyone, hey, yeah, that's probably...
All right. Anybody else? Do you want to invite anybody else into this conversation?
Whoever else, Aaron and Hylough, I guess. Anyone else? Praedyth? Anyone else? Any of the other officers who want to know about it?
Yeah, I'll go.
I might come in if that's okay. if Beanbag doesn't have a problem with me being there.
We all learn the information, so
yeah. So you guys get in there, and he kind of comes up, and you guys are sitting at the sort of the table, and he's like, all right. So theoretically, it's possible. All right, we can make a weapon. We can make this thing work on the front of the ship. The problem is, the math seems to imply that we're going to need something to strengthen the front of the ship, as the amount of force we're kind of unleashing there probably going to shatter normal wood.
Ooh.
I think we could probably either use some ironwood or some silex alloy.
Isn't ironwood like really rare?
Yeah, it would probably be pretty expensive to make the ship out of ironwood. Yes, I agree. So that's why I'm suggesting the silex. It's just kind of a mixture of steel and ethereum and silex metal. I can get some of that in glitter crag when we arrive, but the amount needed would probably cost around 1,000 gold, maybe, versus 5,000 gold for ironwood. So it's probably the best we can do. Also. Wow. The math sort of implies that we're going to need some kind of thing to focus the wave. So we'll need to get some Faria alloy. That's a mixture of steel and ferrium to help focus the wave to expand the range. That would probably cost around 500 gold. And as he's doing this, he's kind of showing you guys some diagrams that he's written out to try to kind of convince you of what his math is saying and all that sort of stuff. Sort of mathematical calculations.
Smile and nod because I have no clue what.
Well, you can try to verify it if you'd like. You just have to give me an intelligence check.
Okay.
But he's kind of drawn a thing where you remember seeing the previous diagram with the pulse wave kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's drawn that. He's provided some extra stuff with it that kind of shows it kind of bouncing off some what look like mirrors, but he's kind of saying, well, this is where the Faria alloy would be. Here's where the Silex alloy would be, and you kind of get this kind of standing wave effect, which would amplify it and blast it out into the front of the ship, and probably get us somewhere in the neighborhood of like maybe 300 feet, maybe 100 yards, something like that. Yeah, you just look at his stuff and he's like, this is way over your head. You just assume that he's telling you the truth. So I don't think we can make it right now, unfortunately, but
no,
I think it's possible though.
Cool. I'm all about it. Making that happen if we can. So,
but I know he's ready to get back to his Fizzywig. Yeah. Sorry.
So is this town this is where we're heading in Calastria, right?
Well, Glittercrag is above Calastria.
Okay, that's right.
So he'll be stationed there. I mean, he'll be there for a while.
And you guys are headed north. You're about that far away. You can't quite see. You'll be able to see it later. Say that again, Marcus.
He'll be there a while. Then it's not like he's going to be. I thought maybe that was the port.
No, Glittercrag is where is
the flying.
It's a city on the bottom of another flying island.
Okay,
city is a misnomer. It is
well, that'd be great then.
Hopefully
we'll have money by then.
On the bottom of an hour. That's where he works with Fizzball.
Could it go in the rear of the ship, like some type of propulsion? Could it push the ship?
I don't know if it'd be able to push stuff. I mean, I guess. The whole reason for the reinforcement, though, is so we don't shatter stuff. Like, I'm expecting this wave is going to hit the thing, and it's not really going to push it much. It's just going to shatter it.
Okay. Interesting.
Which is pretty much what Pulse Wave does. It just does damage to them. But given the thing, it's like a cone, so we're looking at like 100-yard cone. It could probably hit multiple ships.
Oh, no, it'll definitely be incredibly effective.
I mean, I've done some math about trying the other thing you said about like trying to draw ships towards you. That one, it doesn't seem, again, it probably would work, but again, it'd be like pulling, the stresses on the ship would probably just shatter the wood more than anything and probably just cause it to sink.
Let's not go with that then. that
I agree.
That definitely qualifies as bad.
But if we had this, we would have a weapon on the front, weapons on the back, weapons on the side, right? We'd have weapons all around.
We could defend ourselves for certain.
Yeah, we'd be dangerous.
Anybody who wants to give me an intelligence check about the metals he's talking about.
Let's try this again.
This one's easier than the history check as well. You can do a history check. Aaron doesn't know. Praedyth, Marcus, you guys both. Yeah, okay. So Rhux, Praedyth, Marcus. The alloys he's talking about, Faria alloy, which is a mixture of steel and ferrium. Ferrium is a metal that is mined. It's basically the earth equivalent of Ethereum. So Ethereum is a metal that that basically is infused with elemental air. Ferrium is the elemental earth equivalent. So it's lighter but stronger than typical steel. So like a sword made of a Faria alloy is a stronger weapon than just steel alone.
Do they have those?
I don't know. You'd have to try to see if you can find some.
Cool.
But that would, so he needs that to focus things because that's strong. It's really strong but still light. Silex, however, is, like I said, the Ethereum plus the Silex. Silex is also another sort of light metal that when you put it with the Ethereum becomes even lighter. So in essence, you're basically putting a coating of this alloy on the front end of the ship so it doesn't shatter, so that it can protect the wood. So in theory, if you could get enough of that, you could potentially, because how light it is, like it's not full on, like if you were to apply an Ethereum plate to your ship, it would fly. But a Silex metal is much cheaper and provides, in essence, armor. Is probably the best way to look at it. So these are just other things but in all cases, they're rare. Like, I mean, just to get enough to protect the front of the ship would cost you 1,000 gold, and that's not a small amount. So that's what he's estimating.
Well, we definitely, I mean, as soon as we will discuss it, and that's definitely something useful. And yeah, just astounding that people can do that now.
Well, it takes a little bit of time. Like, it's going to be mostly time and effort. But like, that's just 1,000 gold is just for the metal. Like, we'll have to shape it and do all that sort of stuff. That's probably going to take a month to get it all set and do everything correctly. And that's, time spent. So, in the end, I think making a weapon of this nature would probably be 5,000 gold, maybe 10,000, something like that. It's not going to be cheap. I don't know if that changes any of your calculus about the pirate dude there, Marcus, but this is just me spending time on it. I'm sure if I had Daxios to help me, we could probably figure something out that would probably make it more viable. But
if
but
the person,
a lot of the stuff that we're looking at is just expensive. It's just going to be expensive to do things with. Like, getting your hands on Silex is not easy either. It's easier than Ethereum, but...
Well, the person I'm worried about has more abilities and definitely longer reach than we do, so I'm a little concerned about that, but we'll hope for the best.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, that's all I got. I'm going to take a break for a while.
Yeah, enjoy the night.
I'm a little tired.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Heads off.
So, did I tell you guys what he said last time? I can't remember if Marcus told you what was found, but essentially,
Hylough was there.
Yeah. So, it's possible that...
I would also say by this time you guys have a full translation of the paper pages as well.
Okay.
And if you want him to translate it from... Artificer can't. He can do that, but it'll take time. Like, you have a translation that Praedyth has done to common. When you look at it, it doesn't make any sense.
So, okay.
Because remember,
it's Artificer code.
Yeah, it's Artificer code. Like, Beambit can read it because he knows it. He can read the language. So, but if you want Beambit to translate it into something, you'll have to have him. He hasn't done that for you.
Which that's fine, but I'm worried that Mad Dog is trying to take over the pirates' port. I found that out when we were in port, and these plans came from the person he captured while we were there. And so, if it is a weapon, which it looks like it is, then in his hands it could be a serious problem.
Disastrous.
So just something else to worry about. So that's where we're at. That's what that's all about.
Cool.
Well, I don't think we should have this thing completely translated, because then if it falls into the wrong hands, so it's good to keep it somewhat coded, right?
Well, I mean, we'll never know exactly what it says if we don't at least have one copy.
Okay. Well, yeah.
I mean, I agree that we don't want to have multiple copies laying around, and I don't know how we keep it safe once we copy it once, but we should definitely try to keep it safe.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's what I'm just worried about. If we were to get raided or whatever or overrun, that if we had a plain text copy of this thing, it would be worse than.
Yeah, but of course, we kind of have to assume that Mad Dog already has it as something similar. He has the person who wrote it up. So,
Yeah. Okay.
if it's like another Navy or some other group that would be opposed to us, then yeah, we definitely need to figure out how to hide it or burn it or something if we ever come to those straits.
Okay.
All right. Anything else you guys are doing?
I can think of.
Okay. As dusk starts to come down, you guys notice that there are a couple ships behind you that kind of come up. They seem to be coming in your direction. At least the lookout mentions that. But as the sun starts to really come down, you notice that they turn, and you guys are about right here. They turn and start heading almost due west. Like they're starting to head this way across. If you want, you can give me a perception check with a spyglass to see if you can figure out more identifying marks of the ships, but they don't seem to be following you anymore. They're like heading in another direction. Otherwise, food comes, and Vincelis seems to be doing the right thing. He seems to be doing pretty well. So far, you've had no reports of anything going missing.
Cool. Okay.
I'm sure he's fine. Just a good old
For the
buddy being
for the moment.
Did any of you want to check on those ships, or are you just gonna let it go?
Yeah. Oh, I was
said-
assuming someone else would. I don't have.
You
the
said perception is
spyglass.
what you said?
Yeah, perception check. With
Yeah, I don't
spyglass.
see it there.
I can if we're all allowed. if
I'll
someone
use
the
my
eyeglass.
spyglass.
Okay.
Well, kind of have to use a spyglass. You can't just figure it out by yourself.
Let me take a look.
Well, Iylis and Hylough, you guys look through there. You don't really notice much, but Aaron, it kind of looks as you're looking through that. You're pretty sure that those are that thing is flying a Margali. At least one of them is flying a Margali Navy flag. Seems kind of odd that it would be heading due west from there. And there are two of these ships. Anyway, you guys
Does
continue
it look
on.
like the same ship that captured the other pirate ship?
I mean, Margali ships are the naval ships are all
the
built
same.
similar, so it seems unlikely it would be the same ship because that ship was well behind you guys by the time it was boarding a ship. Anyway, these two are starting to head almost due west as you guys start to head north on your way towards the wall. You guys also notice. Well, no, you notice a few. You notice a few wisps of a volcano on this island. This is the vapor chain, known for volcanoes. Most of them seem to haven't erupted in quite some time, but there is a little bit of mist and smoke from one that seems to be on this island, and you can see it as the sun's going down. Other than that, day seems to be progressing as normal. Whoever is doing the first watch actually does finally see Pow. He actually is on deck for about starting around midnight until about 3 a.m. He nods to the person who's on watch.
Yeah, that's Marcus.
But doesn't say anything before heading back down into the hold.
Okay.
Other than that is day Briso the 7th. Now go to Briso the 8th. All right, here we are. Dawn comes on Briso the 8th. Weather is fair again, not quite as good as yesterday, as the previous day, but it seems pretty decent. You're now kind of you expect today to get maybe somewhere around in here as you're on your way, and expecting at the wall probably dusk the following evening. get fair weather showing the azure waters of the sea. The water here is no more than 500 feet deep at its deepest. To the west, you can see the vapor from an active volcano in the vapor chain. And to the north, you are able to see on the low on the horizon the perpetual storm of the Arch Eye, known as the Arch's Eye. However, it is to see the perpetual storm of the Arches. It's far enough away that it's not really affecting any of your travel, but it's close enough that every now and then you can see occasional lightning strikes that illuminate the towering thunderheads that soar around this maelstrom. As the day progresses, clouds start to build up on the western horizon, and Iylis, you're pretty sure that there will be some kind of storm the next day. About late afternoon, Jeff Travakis, the Hawkwind trading person, approaches you, Hylough, and basically says, I was told to report to you by Alicia. She had mentioned that you are the one that did all of the arrangements. I have special instructions for this cargo. We are intended to meet some group of helpers and unload the cargo at sea and transfer it to them. They will be. We will be. I will give you a destination on the map, a small sand isle off of the Aerra Isle coast, in the wall, and we will have to wait there until after dusk for them to come pick up the cargo. I will be going with them and will provide you with the rest of the payment as I disembark.
Okay. So you want to meet with our navigator now?
If you wish. We're far enough now to see that I am not too worried about anyone knowing too much about this. But
right. So I want to grab Praedyth and go into the captain's quarters or something like that, or whatever, where he's got his maps.
Usually where Praedyth is and has his maps. Yeah. He shows you. He gives you guys a place south of the Aerra Isle, right around in here. So you remember I'll just show you this map here.
Right.
If I show you the more. This is the wall. This is Aerra Isle, right here. It's Aerra Isle. Okay. He's basically pointing you guys towards some sandbars right in here, south of the isle.
Okay.
So it's not too far off the typical pattern you would take, but it is far off and out of the way. And Praedyth, as you're looking at the map, there definitely something that you don't want to have to if at all possible, you want to get there during daylight, because trying to traverse through there, definitely a lot of shoals, a lot of reefs, a lot of rocks and things like that that are on that map. So they're marked on the map, but still not an easy navigational place.
I mean, it's going to be tricky if you want to do it.
This is
not an easy sail.
This is what we pay you for.
Yeah, well, we're not hauling it all the way to Calastria, and we don't want to. That's what we're trying to.
Anyway, I'm just giving you the destination that we need to be. Should be plenty of time. You should get if I'm not mistaken, we'll probably make it to the wall midday tomorrow, something of that nature.
Yeah, around there.
Yeah, where are we? Has the ship moved since?
No, not yet. I'm just. This is where you started the day at. By the end of the day, you'll be somewhere about here, maybe a little bit further.
They just want us to drop them off there.
Correct? Yeah, you're going to unload cargo and to some other group, a sea unloading.
Okay. I'm gonna since we've discussed that,
right.
When we're done with that, I'm gonna go talk to the other guy.
Yeah, he that's all. To Guido. So Jeff, it's like as long as we have an agreement, we will talk more tomorrow as we get closer to dusk.
Yep. Well, that's what we got to do. So, and we'll get lighter and faster once we unload that cargo.
Yeah, he's about a third of your weight. It's like 5. He's like maybe a little less than a third of your weight, like a quarter of your weight, 2.5 tons, something like that.
Well, we want to make sure that we start heading in when the sun comes up, so it can be out by the time sun. Or am I thinking it's going to be longer than it is?
Well, no, you're going to have to. He wants to unload the cargo in the dark.
in the dark.
Yes.
So we have to.
You need to be there by dusk, so that he can. So that after dark, you guys can unload the cargo to this group and have them take it away.
Well, it's going to be. We're going to have to like spend the night there or something.
Yeah,
it's going to be hard to sail out.
That's right.
Probably.
Okay.
I mean, if you, in your estimation, that seems like yes.
Hmm.
All right. So you go and find Guido. Guido, you find Guido down in the cargo hold. It looks like he's trying to catch that rat, based on what you're seeing. He's got food out. He's got a little deadfall kind of thing with some food in it that he's got a string to that he's kind of watching for to try to get this fucking rat. When you kind of come in, he's like,
rat will be acquired.
He's like, oh, I almost got the little bastard a little while ago. What can I do for you?
I just want to know how you're going to take care of the cargo that we're taking to quote unquote Emmerdal.
I assume because the manifest says that we are going to Emmerdal, that when you stop at Calastria, nothing will be a problem. And then under cover of darkness, we will just take it away.
Okay. All right.
But it is my intent that we just go to Calastria.
Or one of our others had different plans for their Emmerdal thing, so I just wanted to see what yours were doing. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, this is all I know. As you head out, while he's still kind of doing that, you do hear some raised voices in the room in the cargo hold. Give me a quick perception check.
Me perceiving, not necessarily a great thing. We'll try.
Ooh, I thought for a second that you were going to get that one.
Mm-hmm.
As you're kind of heading out, it definitely sounds like Rutillo. You've heard his voice. Rutillo has raised his voice, and you hear Pow every so often, who you've never heard the voice from, so it's a little bit unusual. What you hear is they seem to be arguing. What you hear as you're going upstairs is one of them arguing about. You hear one basically saying, "Hey, we're gonna find Lydia this way." Is what you hear, but you don't hear her last name. And then as you just start to go up, you hear Rutillo say something to the effect of, "You didn't finish the job properly 30 years ago, and now the Crimson Ribbon's reputation is on the line." And that's what you hear.
Are these the
This is the delegate and his manservant.
Okay. I'll go to Marcus and tell him what I just heard. Because
okay.
Because I heard the Lydia, and so I'm like, I don't know. Is that his mom? And I have no idea, so I'm gonna let him know what I heard.
Well, that's not good. So the Crimson, they were in. It's been a little while since we did this story, but Lydia and this guy knew each other, and they were supposedly friends.
Sarah said that this guy told her that he knew her as a child.
Okay.
But
so
she wasn't sure if that's true. It's all secondhand knowledge to you.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's definitely trying to find Lydia, and he's been asking around, so need to watch him really closely. All right.
Do you want to have another testing of the ballistas?
You mean with him as a target?
I mean with him accidentally slipping.
No, not yet.
Somebody left a banana peel on the deck. Oh no.
Let's see what. Let's let him play his hand and see where that goes. Now we kind of know to watch out for it. We kind of knew anyway, but he may not know any of us. He may not know that I'm, that we know Lydia. But it sounds like he might.
All
right.
Over the course of the day, you guys notice Beanbeck kind of tinkering around the ship. he seems to be checking things out, doing some measurements, doing some tinkering and things like that. Other than what Hylough just heard, Rotilo and Pao seem to spend most of the day in the cargo hold room. And in fact, Rotilo doesn't even come up for the evening. And Pao gets their dinner as normal. Oh, shoot. The previous night, I totally forgot this. Anita and Zoe came to you, Rhux, mentioning that their hands are quite sore, and they were told that you were the ship's doctor. That was the previous night. Did you want to check their hands out or anything like that? I totally missed that one in my notes. Sorry about that.
He doesn't care.
Guess not. Probably fell asleep.
I was going to ask Rhux too something, but if he shows up.
Well, while we're waiting for him to wake up, I forgot to mention that as we're sailing, as we're going through all these things, Praedyth sees something, or we encounter something that isn't on one of his maps. He wants to add it in.
Okay.
He wants to kind of just do a rough sketch in, just to add to anything that we.
So
encounter.
far, everything is on your map. So.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't imagining that we find anything, just in case. I want it out there that he puts it into the map.
Okay. Andy, are you there?
He texted he had to go out and get the dog earlier, but he said he's back a while ago, so I don't know.
Okay. Well, Anita spends the day, takes a day off because her hands are swollen. But Zoe continues to work and has formed quite the camaraderie with Catriona and Melon. Iylis, would you give me a perception check?
Sure. 11.
There's something nagging you about Zoe.
What's up with
something
Zoe?
familiar to you, but you can't quite place it.
Huh. Interesting. Insight, I suppose. See if I can get a certain rack my brain.
It's not really insight.
Yeah, I suppose not.
Insight is more intended to kind of read another person when they're talking to you or something like that. You're just not sure. Something about her is just familiar, but you can't quite place it.
Maybe I'll try and talk to her later.
Okay. All right. So I guess we get no
Marcus will tell True about our suspicions and let her know to be ready and kind of watch for what's going to happen if something happens.
Okay.
And is there...
she's like, I'm always watching all of these guys. I don't trust any of them.
Well,
that being said, the Anita and Zoe girls, those guys are quick studies. It's possible.
Like they were sailors before?
No, I don't think they were sailors before. Anita's hands were the size of watermelons this morning. Clearly, she's never done any kind of hard labor in her life. But they're getting on pretty well with the crew. They've picked up the skills pretty quickly. I think when we get to Calastria, and we might want to see if they're interested in doing sailoring instead of merchants.
That's an excellent idea.
Something to think about.
Okay. Thank you.
Other than that, the day goes pretty smoothly.
Is there
however,
a way...
somebody needs to give me a survival check because maybe it doesn't go as smoothly as I think it is.
Yeah. And Rhux, are you back?
He's not responding to texts, so I'm sure he's
maybe sleeping.
Sure, he's falling asleep
in the call. Can't believe it.
Yell really loud.
Yeah, you guys. The day goes pretty well. By evening, you're between the larger islands of the vapor chain. That night goes by pretty much without incident until we get towards early morning. As we get on towards early morning, the ship starts to sail into choppy water as storms start to arise as the day breaks. So let me get to the 9th. Everybody. So the ship is sailing in choppy waters and storms as the day breaks. Much of the day and into the late afternoon is overcast with varying levels of rain. The sea has become much more choppy, and everyone needs to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Everybody?
Yep.
You said everybody?
Everybody needs to give it because most of you have not been in this kind of hard, choppy waters. Aaron got lucky and made it.
Oh.
Hylough made it.
Oh, sure.
Not a hard saving throw. It's a saving throw.
Yeah, just a minimum.
Dresd'a, you're feeling
minimum
ill.
10, right?
Yeah, it's 10. Dresd'a, you're feeling kind of ill.
I have a question. Since I was like basically born on a boat and I'm bound to a sea,
you were born.
sea entity.
Don't be trying to weasel through it. You were not born on a sailing ship in the middle of the ocean. You were on a fishing vessel
I know,
in a
but
small
I was
harbor
gonna say,
that was
is that
protected.
argument enough? That, and since I'm bound to Cora, the sea sister, isn't enough to give me advantage.
Cora allows you to breathe underwater and swim well. It doesn't give you advantage on allowing you to stay well on a ship that is being jostled at sea by waves that are a good upwards of 10 feet tall. So no.
I tried.
I know you did. Praedyth, you're also feeling sick.
Though.
You're also feeling sick, Praedyth. Jeff and Severino also very sick. I'm not even going to roll for them. Most of the rest of the crew is fine. DC 10 is not terrible. A few others come down with seasickness as this is their first major storm. Like, guys, this is your first major storm at sea. Even when you were on the pirate ship, there wasn't a storm quite this bad.
How am I doing? I'm imagining I'm just like vibing.
You got a 20, so you're doing fine.
Yeah.
The only other major storm you had while you were on ship was when you were in the cove on the northern Perdido Island, after you had already made it in. So you were covered by, you were protected by the cove.
Am I able to direct? I mean, there's.
Oh, you guys are kind of serving into the storm. What I do need is somebody to give me a water vehicles check again, the DC 12, an intelligence check with make an add proficiency with water vehicles. Praedyth, because you're nauseated, you would have disadvantage on this roll.
I guess I'll try it then.
I was go ahead.
It's just intelligence.
Yep. It's just an intelligence ability check.
All right.
All right. Because you're successful, add 3 to that number, or add your proficiency bonus to that number. You guys do well enough that you're able to weather the storm enough that you don't lose half a day. This is the negative version of the favorable weather.
Yay.
By late afternoon,
try and direct the winds and stuff into our sails.
Yep. By late afternoon, the storms have passed, but the sea is still a bit choppy. Not 10-foot tall waves anymore, but less than that. Most people who were nauseated during that first part have now gotten better. Even Severino and Jeff are not so terrible anymore. And so by mid-afternoon, you guys actually have come around the edge. The area is starting to it's still a bit overcast, but even so, you can start to see the shallows ahead of you as you guys are coming closer and closer to the wall. Let's see here. What happens before that particular part? Guido stays with crew members all day. He doesn't even check the cargo. No one's at all. Like, he's been checking it twice a day, and yesterday even more than that. But he doesn't check it. He doesn't check it today. Galsa stays in the cabin during the storm and reads a book. Rutillo and Pau stay in their room the whole time. But after the storms are done, Rutillo is back on deck, talking with the crew again. Anita and Zoe both start helping out again, and help keep the ship going with a few other people down. And anything that you guys, anytime you overhear some of these guys talking with them, they the rest of the crew seem to like these two. They're doing a pretty good job ingratiating themselves.
Make sure and compliment them and let them know, they're doing a great job and in general.
Jeff basically is up, checks the cargo and gets back up on deck as soon as he's feeling okay. Just waiting for you guys to get there. And by mid-afternoon, I don't remember where I have. By late afternoon, at the siege time, and you enter the area of the wall. So what you need to do is you guys need to do a survival check to get yourself to the place where he's talking about. However, you have the chart, so you have advantage on the check. And you do make it in with no problems. And since you subtracted a half day previously during the favorable section and didn't lose the half day, but had lost a quarter day due to the bad survival, you actually do make it in and are at anchor by mid-afternoon.
Cool. That's great.
And everything seems to be calm, or the area starts to continue to clear off. Storms kind of let up as you're in there, and now it's just a waiting game for dusk. Anybody wanting to do anything while you're waiting for dusk?
We should
kind of explore the island. Is it an island?
No, you're set in anchor, basically maybe about quarter mile off of a bunch of sandbars. I mean, you can see an island to the north. That's probably about maybe a mile or two off.
I want to keep an eye out for other ships. I want this since we're sitting ducks out here. I want everybody on high alert.
Okay.
Not a lot of lights on the top deck, things like that.
Well, it's mid-afternoon.
Still daytime.
Fair enough, yeah.
So it doesn't matter if there's lights on there or not.
I mean, once we hit dark is what I mean.
No, that's fine. Let's see. So you guys are watching a bit. Let's do this. Oh no.
That's not good.
Are you guys wanting to do anything during the time other than just keep a watch, continue to get your food, all that sort of stuff?
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe we need to. Should we put on the slip tar now, or do you want to wait, or whatever it is?
Well, I think we have to be on a.
You don't have to be in a dry dock or in port. You can apply it, but it will be more difficult DC just because you're at anchor, so you're not moving too much, but it's a little more difficult.
May not. But how long does it take?
Takes an hour, but you'll need to make a check because of the conditions.
May not be a bad idea. I mean, let's do it.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't remember what I had you do for the check last time, so let me see if it was in the ship thing, because I wrote it in your guys' the inventory and the features. Sliptar, unapplicated ship line, and 10% for 20 hours. Ship has two, each barrel has 2 applications, so actually you only have 1 barrel left, but give me a survival check.
Who's our survival person? I think it's Aaron.
Oh, right over the 20.
Yeah, it doesn't go so well. You guys are getting rocked a little bit by waves and things like that. It's still a bit choppy and things of that nature. About 20 minutes into it, you just call it off.
Okay.
Because you realize that if you continue at the rate you're going and all the stuff, you're probably going to end up using all of the barrel again, and you'd rather still have to as of right now, you think you can still squeeze out two applications, but it's just not going to happen. If you continue to try to do it in this weather, it's gonna take the whole barrel.
That was a good thought.
Yeah.
I'd rather blow that roll than others. So
yeah.
All right. Dusk comes. After dusk arrives, Jeff seems to pull out sort of a strange kind of wand-like looking thing, and he kind of presses a button on it, and this kind of flare comes flying out of it, and kind of flies all over the water. After about 5 minutes, a similar flare is seen, and back to somewhere else where I stuff. Signal flare is set up. And then about 10 minutes later, after those 2 signal flares, 3 longboats arrive. And over the next 2 hours, you guys unload the 50 crates of ore. Now, that being said, because you're helping to unload some stuff, one person, give me a perception check. Just one person. No advantage, just one person give me a perception check.
All right. You want me to try it?
+5 if you want me to.
Yeah, +5, man.
Oh.
I
Yeah,
have
do
a
it.
+6.
Well,
Okay,
whoever got a
pretty good.
+6.
I will also make it clear. Hold on. Also be very clear. It's one person who would be helping to unload the cargo.
Oh, that's definitely not me.
I guess I'll take
That would be
+5.
Aaron then, probably over.
Definitely not Praedyth.
Okay,
Oh my
one better than last time, folks.
All right. So yeah, you guys unload the cargo over a couple hours, and then Jeff gives you the rest of the money and gets into the last boat, and they start rowing away. As they start rowing away, after about, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes, you hear a splash, as if someone has fallen in the water. Looking over there, you can see there are guys in the trailing boat, looking around both the boat and into the water. After a moment of watching this, because they have a lantern up, so you can see, and you can't see part of the water between you and there, but because they have a lantern, you can see what's going on there. After a few moments, a set of slimy gray arms come out of the water and pulls another man out of the boat and into the water.
Oh, wow.
Almost simultaneously, several gaunt, gray-skinned creatures start swarming up the sides of the Essenza. The ship is under attack.
Oh, no! To arms! To arms!
Ready, ballista.
To what?
All right, let me bring forth the hopefuls. No.
We have a new ship orientation here.
All right, let me.
Here's some
So
funky
I'm
looking
going
dudes.
to add you guys to the combat tracker. Everybody else is just going to go on initiative 20. All right.
I like it.
So I don't have to worry about so much of the getting everybody into the tracker. Iylis, Hylough,
Sounds efficient.
That's a lot of ghouls.
Rhux,
And a troll.
Dresd'a.
Whose idea was it to stop here?
You know, guys, I think we're being trolled.
Oh.
Ba-ba-ba-da.
All right, there we
That's
go.
not very Gould.
Now we got everybody on there. So if you would provide your initiative rolls, sirs and madam.
Hey, I finally got a high initiative roll. And by high, I mean mid-teens.
14.
There we go.
I'm neither high nor low.
Ugh.
Yeah,
This is not punny.
Sleep.
Boy, you guys.
Why does the Raven need to go first?
Why does the Raven have such a high
I didn't realize
initiative?
that the Raven got and I got literally a 5.
The Raven always went after you.
So many
Now, I'm
dice.
sure
on
you
that.
don't actually want to
yeah.
play all these ghouls, right?
Yeah, we could cut down on the ghoul quantity.
It'd be
Yeah,
such a
man.
hassle if you had to go through every one of them.
All right. I noticed that Rhux got a 1.
Now,
Does the Raven go after you, or is that just other things?
That's the homunculus.
Okay. All right.
Homunculus.
So here we go. We are ready to begin combat. And the Raven gets to go first. As these creatures, gray-skinned, kind of slimy gray-skinned creatures come scrambling up. You can just see off of the one side to the east here, a larger gray-skinned creature, kind of swimming through the water towards the ship.
The Raven's gonna do just kind of take a big sweep around the ship just to get a better idea of what is exactly around us. So basically, just like heading out around.
Oh my, the troll is massive.
I will also remind you that the ship is currently anchored.
Yeah, I figured.
Okay, just reminding you.
How do we pull up the anchor?
Well,
exactly.
It would take probably several minutes. There's a crank that you would run.
Okay.
Double moves. I think they're about here this time.
Okay.
So running is probably not an option.
Probably not, but you can always try it if you want.
Yeah, we could get some of the crew on it if we wanted to.
Yeah, if you wanted to. All right. Is that all you're gonna do?
Yeah,
with the Raven. All right.
Move. And we could wind up on a sandbar too.
Yes, you could.
True.
Up here, this ghoul goes to here, and he's going to attack that guy. Right. Oh, he misses. He misses the save.
I'm gonna be right back. Hopefully, the ghoul doesn't attack me instantly.
Well, I'm doing the ghouls over by the longbow first. He's actually going to grapple.
Oh, way over there. Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of ghouls and stuff over there. So he's going to grapple. He is going to do an acrobatics. Normal against... Wow. Against this guy's...
Oh, wow.
Right. Doesn't pull him in.
Just has to be just enough.
Yep, doesn't pull him in. All right. Next ghoul is this one. Wow, all the ghouls up here are getting to go first. He does the same thing. He's going to try to grapple this guy. Which... Athletics versus acrobatics. There we go. I screwed up the last one. Sorry. Ooh, this one's not going to be so good for this guy.
You got a nat 20 for him. Come on.
Oh, wait. He's actually... The sailor has athletics with proficiency. All right, so this one gets grabbed. And next round... So he's currently grappled. Grappled. All right. Okay. Next ghoul. This ghoul, 1, 2, 3. He's going to try to grapple this guy. No, it's a save. Normal. He actually is struggling against these ghouls, but he's staying able to keep them at arm's length. All right, so now we finally get some ghouls down here. This one comes over 1 and 2, 3, and then scrabbles up the side and basically makes it to the top, but that's it. So he's now at the same level as you guys are. Well, actually, he makes it onto the ship as a double move. Sorry. And that's the end of that ghoul's turn. Marcus, you are up, and then we will do the crew.
Sure. Do the ballista have 180 on each side, so like the right hand ballista could shoot that troll, or is it towards the back?
It's towards the back.
Okay, so they're everything's out of arc of that.
Yeah, everything currently is out of arc.
Okay, so wake up, we're under attack.
In theory, the cannon might be able to shoot it, but It'd be a stretch too.
3.
The cannons are right here.
4, 5, 6.
And
my
assumption is everybody's awake because they're trying to help unload the cargo.
Yeah. And I'm going to shoot him with expertise with my heavy pistol. Woohoo! Which I almost never use.
Cool.
Let's hope it's set up correctly. Ooh, I'm going to use sharpshooter on that. Well, no, that'll still miss. So even with +8, I'll probably miss. Okay, I miss.
Well, you're not. You're going to use sharpshooter or not?
I'm not going to use sharpshooter.
Okay. All right, you miss.
Okay, and then bonus action, I will do a second move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll get on the stairs for 6.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
That's
so the crew is going to do stuff. True asks if we should bring up the anchor. That's what she says. Ennui starts running 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down the stairs. So she goes down the stairs to start getting weapons. Because you guys were unloading cargo, there were no weapons.
Right, yeah.
Catriona is near where some of the mops were, so she picks up one of the mops and as her action, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets there and it's got the mop as if it was like a quarterstaff. Rat always has a dagger on his person because he's that kind of guy. And he is going to attack this ghoul real quick. Well, he's got a short sword, I guess. He misses. Because, why would we have this be easy for you guys?
Yeah.
Keto doesn't have anything and has never seen anything like this. So he backs away. Over to there. Melwyn, similarly, these guys are kind of shocked to this round because they've never seen anything like this. That being said, Matt and Artek are a little more battle worn, and Matt comes up and just tries to hit it. Just tries to hit the damn thing. A little weird, but we'll give him just a d20 roll.
Well, Matt, you got this. Oh well.
9. What's his strength? 14. He actually does hit it. So he does 1 point plus 3. So he does 4 points of damage to it.
Cool.
Go,
Matt.
That's it. Artek kind of comes over here and looks over the side and starts pantomiming that there's more over the side. That's probably the best he's going to do. Conant is also shocked by this, so he's out for 1 round. Ariana backs away. Oops, that's the wrong guy. Ariana backs away and into True. And then we've got Perry, who starts shouting about, we got a big, huge thing coming. Should probably focus on that. And that is all the crew. That being said, there's crew up here. These sailors are actually attempting to continue to row their boat, which they can do at 10 feet per round. So 1, 2. And if you notice that, they all moved.
Mm-hmm.
I have set these things up as vehicles.
Well done.
So even the ship would move if I tracked it. That is the end of everything at 20. So now it's time for this ghoul. This ghoul goes 1, 2, 3, and then climbs up and as a double move gets on top of the ship next to Artek. That's his turn. Ghoul. 1, 2, 3. Double move gets up on there. Aaron, you're up.
All right. Let's go. 1, 2, boop. And hit this young fella.
Yeah.
That definitely hits.
Nice shot.
Slams into him, does some damage on him.
Round 2, Buckaroo. Oh yeah.
Hits him again and does a bit of damage to him.
Yeah.
Dead
All right.
yet?
No, he's not. Well, yes. By definition, he is dead already. But yeah. Anything else, Aaron?
Can I go one more to move here? Is that
You're cutting the.
is he blocking that stairs?
You can't go down that
Okay.
way. He's blocking the stairs.
You have the high ground.
That's
you
fine,
might
I'll
as well
just
stick
sit
it.
Yeah, you have the high ground. Why would you leave it? Ghoul.
Oh wait, technically I'm flanking too.
Ghoul. This one. Sorry. And then it's going to take him 15 feet, have 30. So it takes him a double move to get up on top as well. Darn, that means they're going to have to double moves for everybody. Well, that sucks.
Yay.
One double move up on top.
I disagree on the sucking part.
Hylough, you're up. I know. I figured.
Okay. So I will smash.
Hylough smash.
Here we go.
Definitely hit. Do some damage.
And I will smash again.
Ooh, and that mallet falls down. Roll me a d20. On a second one, it falls off into the water.
Okay. 1d20.
So you're good. It just falls onto the deck. So you're able to use your move action or your bonus action to pick it up if you.
Okay, I'll do that then.
Okay. All right. The next ghoul goes, and same face, different face.
I didn't target that guy, so I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Just 12 points. You didn't do a lot of damage to him, so he's fine.
Come on. It can't be that hard.
That ghoul makes it. Iylis, you're up.
Right. There's a couple guys right by me. I think I will magic missile the one that's right here.
Cool. Nice hit. Slams into him and does some damage. You see the bolts. And it kind of hits it, and he's like, and then it turns to you and goes.
I would imagine so.
Anything else for you, sir?
I think I'm good where I am currently.
Okay. This ghoul
I
here.
can get him out of the way.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's just keeping pace. This ghoul right here. 1 and gets up on top. It's a double move. Dresd'a.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna try.
No, you are no longer nauseated, so you don't have to worry about that. No one's nauseated anymore.
Okay. I'm gonna try Shocking Grass.
Okay.
Let's see, is it alt? That one.
Cool.
Blah 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 blah. Just gotta find it. There it is.
Nice one. Definitely hits him.
And he gets zapped, and he can't take reactions. And my totem is gonna bite on him.
Okay.
So let's see, where's the totem? Okay. Yes, that's it. Sorry, I had to find it.
No, it's all right.
Oh.
Yeah, D20 roll. That'll hit.
Okay. And what is it? It's a D8?
I think so.
D8 piercing damage.
6 more points.
Oh, nice.
This thing is looking pretty haggard, but it's undead.
And
so
yeah, since he doesn't have reaction, I'm gonna move myself out of the way.
Okay, that's fine. Boop. All right.
Bye. And I'm done.
Next one is this ghoul. This guy here is off a ways. 1, 2, 3, and then he's going to try to drag this sailor down. Athletics. Oof, I have a funny feeling this sailor is going to be fine. Jesus, just barely, but still fine. All right, now the big, huge monster. All right, so this guy, what's he have for a move? 3 feet. So you see the water just kind of like have a wake as it comes forward. 2, 3, 4. And you see it's a grayish, bluish gray kind of slimy kind of creature. Very large. It's got quills kind of all on its back. These long claws kind of things. And it basically climbs up on top of here.
What?
Gets up on top.
Get that thing off there.
And it will attack Rhux with what it can do. Now, it has a multi-attack. And it's going to attack Rhux with... That's interesting. I probably screwed something up with something. It's going to attack once with a bite. I hope I didn't hit 2 creatures. It's very possible I did. Yeah, that was an accident.
You hit a sailor.
Yeah, I know. All right. And then it's going to attack twice with claws. So let me make sure I get rid of the sailors. All right, so first attack with the claw on Rhux. Actually, I think misses. Nope, it hits. Does hit. I think, though, the claws require a Constitution saving throw. So he's giving me a Constitution saving throw. He makes it fine.
Nice.
Which is good because otherwise he'd be paralyzed. However, this thing gets 2 claw attacks. So
Not the troll claw attack.
And that one misses. All right, so that's the troll, which is, when it comes up, this creature definitely looks similar to the ghouls in the sense that it's got similar grayish skin, water kind of dripping down it, all these sorts of stuff. But it's double the size of these guys. It's much taller, longer reach on these arms, and it looks mutated in some fashion. Praedyth, you're up.
Okay, let's see here.
What are they putting in the water?
I know, what are they feeding these people?
If anybody wants to, they can try to give me an intelligence check to figure out why it might be different, but you have to.
I would love to.
I'll do that.
Stuff, but
Do it on your turn.
yes.
It is my turn. Just a straight up intelligence check?
Yep. So you've heard tales of things called sea trolls, which basically are trolls that live in the water and things like that. You think maybe this is a sea troll that's been turned into a ghoul.
Huh. Fun stuff. Who's turning people into ghouls?
Well, any ghoul that kills something can turn it into. Say again?
Was that my action? Or do I still have an action?
No, you can continue.
All right. I was... I'm going to cast a Eldritch Blast at this one non-target now. In front of Matt.
Well, it does hit it. It does some damage. You have a second bolt, right?
Yeah, I get 2 bolts.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just
each one has to be rolled for attack, though. That second one misses.
Yeah, I think that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. All right. Now it's time for this ghoul, which can get up here and still attack because that's exactly a move of 30. That climb is a move of 30. So it's going to try to bite parry. And does so. Parry gets bitten. And we now see how weak parry really is. The next ghoul down here takes a double move to get to the top. The next ghoul right here takes a double move to get to the top. And it's now Rhux's turn, since Rhux is not paying attention. Rhux is first going to cast Shield of Faith because he wants the higher armor class.
Bonus action, Shield of Faith.
Yep. So he's now Shield of Faith himself, which means that his armor class should now be higher by how much? +2. Yeah. See, +2. It doesn't show it in here, so
no, it doesn't like reflect it in your actual.
It's supposed to. Let me add new effect. Plus armor AC. Oh, here we go. Please. 1 second. Screw this. Let me just do this and just do a manual flat 20. Because that's what it is. All right, so he does that for his bonus action, and then he is going to... what else does he have for features? He can do Fury of the... He already did a bonus action, so he can't do that. Okay, so as an action, he could heal himself. Where's he currently at? Not too bad. He is just going to attack with Trident. He's going to attack the troll. Does he have 2 attacks? I think he does. Have to find out. Fighting style, extra attack, yes. All right, so we're going to attack with the Trident first, and unfortunately miss. Now we're going to attack a second time. That one hits. Not a great amount of damage, but still something. All right, that's the bonus action. Is regular action, or yep. All right, so we get to the top of the round. Raven.
Raven will continue his little sweep. Get to about here.
Okay.
That's it for him.
All right, this ghoul again. Oh, so he got here, then he tries to and try to capture this guy. Still, this guy is fending them off. Wow, this guy's good. This ghoul here attempts to capture this guy. Oof, I think this guy's gotten grappled.
Yeah, he grappled any. Well, close.
Yeah, much closer than expected. But all right, so he is now grappled. Okay. Next ghoul is this one, who currently has a guy grappled. And so he now pulls him into the water. Pulls him under the water, and these guys are now considered out of the combat the rest of the time. That with him so that I remember he's out of the combat. All right. This ghoul here attempts to grapple this guy. Oof. Now we're starting to get some nasty rolls on these guys.
Ooh.
Ooh, yep.
That was a beat
this
down.
Definitely grappled. Grappled. All right. Next ghoul. This ghoul here is back this way. All right, that's this ghoul here who is going to attack Max. He actually swings at him with a claw attack, or Matt, and he misses. All right. I think they only get one attack. Right? Yeah, they only get one attack. Okay. Marcus, you're up.
Marcus will move over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And shoot the one that just hit Matt with a normal attack.
Okay.
And then he does 2d6 versus sneak attack. Addition to that. Do I have... Is that under features?
Should be.
I think we tried it last time and it actually does work now. Well, it works just as crappy at it. So 10 points total.
Oh, no, it did it. It took it away from it.
Yeah, just 1 and the 2.
Yep.
It sucks. All right, so, yeah.
All right, you're all set?
Weigh the anchor! That's it.
All right, this ghoul here. I accidentally clicked on something that I shouldn't have. Oh, wait, no. Before we do this ghoul, we have the crew. Anwi is downstairs still trying to get stuff. She is able to get the weapons this turn. Melwyn. All right, Melwyn, give me a quick intelligence or wisdom ability check. She is still frightened is not the right word, but not exactly willing to move forward. Same with Keto. This undead stuff is not their thing. True moves forward and is going to attack this ghoul with her longsword. Does hit. But rolls terribly for damage. Ariana overcomes her fear because she's actually a sorcerer and has been in battles like this before. But she decides to back up True. And so she casts Acid Splash on that creature, I think. So she casts Acid Splash on the creature, and it makes a save, unfortunately. That's that guy. Hylough's there. Perry attacks this ghoul. He's always carrying his belaying pin. Does hit, but not for a lot of damage. Because why would that be very helpful? Anwi's doing stuff. Melwyn failed. Keto failed. Catriona, only because something's right next to her and she's freaking out, attacks this guy. We are just going to roll a d20 because she doesn't have a thing yet. And misses. Conan actually jumps over and down onto the thing. So let's give him a dexterity acrobatics check. Oof. Falls and has to pick himself back up. but then double moves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to there, or no, not to there, 5 to there, and that's where he stops. And then over here on the other ship, they go another double move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, move to there. So they slowly are trying to, as they're slowly still kind of going away. Although, actually, probably shouldn't have went that far, but that's okay. All right, because half of them are grappled. All right, so now it's this ghoul's turn. This ghoul is going to attack. Oh, wait, sorry. Artek is going to punch this ghoul. Forgot about that. So he rolls. And I probably also forgot Matt. So 7 plus. No, he misses. No, that's the wrong thing. Also the wrong thing. There's a ghoul on top of Artek. Yeah, that still misses. And then Matt attacks this one. That might hit. Yeah, that actually hits. Does another 4 points of damage. Which knocks out the ghoul and over the side.
Cool.
One ghoul down. All right. All right, so so this ghoul here attacks Artek, or no, attacks Aaron, sorry. He swings at him with a claw. Fortunately, he misses. It's his turn. This ghoul here attacks Hylough. Also with a claw. Also misses. Aaron, it is now your turn.
Okay. Gonna hit this guy.
That definitely gonna hit that guy. Yeah, that definitely
hit Rat.
Yeah, you hit. How did you hit Rat? You didn't have.
I thought I had this guy selected. What?
No, you didn't have the right. I don't know what you did, but.
I thought I still had him selected from the last round.
Well, anyway, Rat is now back. You didn't have him selected, but it doesn't matter. You did 23 points damage. He goes down.
Okay, then I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm gonna bonus action do. How many is it? Proficiency bonus. I'm gonna use this on. What's a proficiency bonus? 3? Yeah, I'm gonna use it on this guy, this guy, and this guy.
Okay. What do they have to do?
Well done.
They don't do anything. It's just that if they attack anybody other than me, when I'm within 5 feet of them, they have to take disadvantage.
They're not actually stunned. I'm just marking them. So let me see. How do I want to mark this?
Do I still get a second attack?
Yeah.
Or was okay? Then I'm gonna.
Just a second. Let me figure out how I want to mark them. I guess I'll
hit the troll.
Do that one.
And also on the troll, I'm going to use a lightning charge. And with my new thing, I get to add my wisdom modifier, which is +2. Yes.
It does lightning damage, is that correct?
Yes.
Right.
And that's me.
Okay. This ghoul here attacks Aaron, or attacks Rhux. His claw still somehow hits. And Rhux maintains his thing and also makes his Constitution saving throw, but just barely. Jesus, that was close. Ghoul here attacks True. I think that misses. Oh no, True is hit. She's going to do this. So it takes 5 points of damage. She takes some damage. And then she should have done her Constitution saving throw, but it didn't do it. So we'll do Constitution saving throw. She fails. Make sure. Claw. She fails. She's not an elf. Is she an elf? She is not an elf. So she is paralyzed.
Ooh.
Paralyzed. All right. Given that, the ghoul moves to here. Hylough, you're up.
Okay. Well,
Actually,
I want to continue.
Actually, the ghoul moves all the way to here.
I guess. Okay. I'm going to smash this one. The one I got target. Oh, man.
You miss, unfortunately.
Daggum it. Do it again.
That time you hit. 9 points of damage. He's still up, unfortunately.
I'm gonna go ahead and action surge and
Okay.
do this again.
All right.
So one more on him. Let me get him out of the way.
Hit. And he's out of the way.
And then target this one and turn around and hit him, hopefully.
And get him out of the way.
Yay. All right, I guess it's done, right?
Okay.
I guess I can move. I get move, so I might as well go ahead and start moving here.
Oh, there is another ghoul right next to you. So
yeah, I know. So I'm going to move to here.
okay, cool.
I'm just trying to make progress toward the big guy. So,
all right. This ghoul, I guess, will attack Aaron. Because Aaron wants to be attacked.
Yeah.
Aaron's going to get hit unless he wishes to utilize a thing to reduce it.
I think I'm going to save those for the trolls.
All right, well then give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okie dokie.
All right, you are not paralyzed. But you did take damage. That's his turn. Iylis, you're up.
All right. Let me. I'm gonna move over here now and target that guy. Try to get him off a parry. Another magic missile. That'll do.
Yep, you hit him
Ooh.
for some damage.
That was 2. I did 2 movement there. I might 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay.
Well, actually, that yeah, 4. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
All right. Bonus action of any sort?
Nope. I'm just gonna be sitting up here,
All right. So
away from the ghouls.
This ghoul helps pull the sailor down. So this guy and this guy go into the water and become invisible. Means this ghoul is now no longer part of the battle. So back to this ghoul, which is another one that needs to attack Aaron. And here's another claw attack on Aaron. That one misses. Clearly misses. Oops. All right, Dresd'a, you're up.
I got new ghoul buddy to work on here.
You've got a new ghoul buddy to work on.
All right. I'm gonna try the same thing as last time. The shocking grasp, and then the totem's gonna try to bite him.
Okay.
Come on. Sorry, I'm having trouble scrolling through my sheet here. It locked up or something. Unlock. Okay, I'll try to bite first.
That misses.
Gonna miss. Okay.
I just rolled it for you.
Oh, I just got it. I found it.
Okay.
Yeah. I like mine better. And he's got no reaction. And so I'll move away from him.
Well, it's good that yours went, because yours would have hit Aaron otherwise. I screwed up and didn't have her. It went with my attack.
Your target.
My target instead of hers. Which is kind of funny.
There. Okay, that's me. I'm done.
All right. This ghoul here attempts to grab this guy here. Probably not, but we'll see. Not. All right. All right, the troll. The beginning of the troll's turn. Those of you around the troll notice that it seems to, some of its wounds seem to heal back up.
Aww.
And then
Fire.
it attacks Aaron because it's being compelled. So we have 3 attacks on you. First, we'll do the bite, which is going to miss. Then we'll do a claw attack, which is going to miss. And then we'll do a claw attack, which also misses.
Huh. Nice job.
There were a lot of low rolls there. All right. Praedyth, you are up, sir.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna attack. I will cast. Has the one in front of Artec been hit?
Not that you know of, but you haven't been really looking, so you're not sure.
That's true.
It seems to be focused on Aaron currently.
I'm going to attack that one. Hold on. And I will cast Total Dead.
Well, hold on a
The
second.
irony there.
I don't do 25. That either 8 if they haven't been hit, or 17.
Yeah, so it did 8 points.
And they have to make a saving throw.
To do what? Well, it failed the saving throw. It failed the saving throw. But it doesn't do 25 points. It does, you said 8.
No, it does 8 damage if he's not been hit. If he hasn't been hit at all, it'll do 8.
He hasn't been hit, so.
Then it's 8.
Okay.
Either or, and it's just it puts them both together for some reason.
All right.
It's 2d8.
It's I know 2d8 or 2d12.
It rolled 8, is what he's saying.
They rolled 8.
All right, gotcha.
All right. Anything else?
Why is the formula 2d8 plus 2d12?
Because if they've been hit, it does 2d12.
No, but like the formula shouldn't be the addition of both of 4 dice.
I know. I think it just rolls them both so it can get them both rolled and add them together for fun.
I see. So I guess if you break it down, you can just see. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
That's everything?
Yeah, there you go.
Yep.
All right. This ghoul here continues to attack Perry, because why not? And Perry goes down.
Oh.
All right. And then that ghoul moves forward 2. And then this ghoul here attacks attacks Conan. Also with claws. And hits. And Conan needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
So don't forget, he doesn't have a reaction until the start of my next turn.
He doesn't need a reaction to attack.
Okay.
Conan is not paralyzed. All right, this ghoul goes and gets an advantage attack on True. She is paralyzed. I think that's shift, right? No, of course not. Gets hit anyway. True is getting wailed on. Rhux is going to use his bonus action to do Fury of the Tides. You can channel the powerful might of the waves. Pulse your attack for 1 minute. Once per turn for the duration. You can hit a creature with weapon attack. You get a charisma modifier. Additional bludgeoning damage. So that's what he's going to do. And he's going to continue to attempt to attack the troll with his trident. First one drops his trident, so he uses his move action to pick it back up, and then he attacks again.
A lot of that going around.
That one hits, and he will do an extra 3 points to above that. So that drops into there. That's the end of Rhux's turn. We now come to the top of round number 3. Raven's turn.
All right. I don't see anything else other than, what is currently going on.
Yeah, so far you haven't seen anything else.
I think that's as far as you can get. Yeah, that's all I have to do this round.
Okay. This ghoul here. There's one more attempt on this guy. Oof. This guy defends himself hard enough that the ghoul takes off. 1, 2, 3. Disappears. Okay, that's the end of that guy's turn. Next ghoul here again attempts to get this sailor. Oops. Normal. Oh, he gets grappled. Alright, that's the end of that turn. That ghoul is already out. This ghoul here actually has this guy grappled, so these two go under the water and disappear. So this one is now considered out of the battle. That one's dead. Marcus, it is your turn.
Okay, is Ariana actually up beside True?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the diagonal, 6. Bonus action of double move. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And I will shoot the one on True. Leave her alone. And so I still get the sneak attack because Ariana's there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, it's no sneak attack because the pistol's too loud.
Okay.
Okay.
In the back. You shot him in the back.
Anything else?
Well, yeah. I'll get his attention anyway.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Ghoul down. Aaron.
All right. This troll's getting another beat.
Oh, crap. Hold on. No, not Aaron yet. Sorry. Artek. It's the crew guys. Artek attacks this ghoul. He swings at him with his fist.
Oh.
And misses. That's all.
His hand falls off.
His hand doesn't fall off. Rat moves forward and attacks this one with his sword. And misses, because, Catriona attempts to swing at him with fist. And actually, I believe hits. Yep. So she does 1 + 1 points of damage. So 2 points. Hey, better than nothing.
Right.
Conan also attacks this guy. So rolls a d20. And does double damage. So
nice.
He does 6 points of damage. These guys are pummeling the ghouls to death. All right. We did our attack. We did Melwyn has finally gotten over her scaredness seeing these guys fighting, and so also it tries to attack this thing by pummeling it. 8 + 3 is not enough. Close, but not enough. Anwi finally comes back up the stairs with weapons, and she gets over to here, kind of starts to throw them around and skewer them across the floor. That's what she does. Perry needs to make a save throw. Considered a creature, so I have to. I believe he makes it because it's a Constitution. Yes, he does. So 10. He's made 1. Ariana tries acid again on this guy. Tries acid splash again. And it succeeds on the saving throw, so it doesn't hurt. She's not having a good try there. True attempts to make the saving throw again. Constitution save.
Oh, True.
And fails again. She's still paralyzed. Anybody else left? We already did Artek. We did that. Back here. This guy attempts to break the grapple. Which I've been forgetting to do these guys, so kind of sucks, but rolls a 6 versus this guy's.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's still grappled. That's the end of that portion. All right, and that is all the 20s. So Aaron, your turn now. Sorry.
All right, now it's time to whoop a troll.
Well, it's almost all the 20s. I forgot to move this.
Yeah.
Nice.
And gonna hit him with another one of these.
All right.
How many of our crew have they grabbed already?
Well, that's not your crew.
Huh?
That's not your crew.
Where is Perry?
The longboat is not your crew, by the way.
Oh,
That's the other people that were taking the cargo from you.
gotcha. Okay.
What do
Is
you mean,
Perry
where's
the skull?
Perry is down. He's the skull.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna attack this troll again.
Okay. Attack the troll again. Anything else?
Nah.
All right. This ghoul here attacks Rhux. Some claws. And misses. That cools down. Hylough.
Okay, I'm going to move one and smash again. What else is there to do? Oh, I should have targeted, or does it matter?
Well, it does, because it'll make it easier to. Then I don't have to worry about it.
Well, mattered meaning.
Oh yeah, well,
I hit.
It depends. Yeah, you hit, but which one are you?
So
which one are you?
One right next to me. The one right below Perry.
Okay. All right. You definitely hit him. No, that's all right. I mean, you hit. I just needed to know which one because there's two.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so I've targeted him now,
cool.
And I will do this again. Try to
work
hit. My way through these guys.
And he goes down.
Yay. All right. And then I'm here. Okay.
Okay. This one attacks Aaron because that's what it's being compelled to do. And it hits. Nope, it misses Aaron. Iylis, you're up.
All right. Enough nonsense. I'm banishing the troll.
All right.
That'll do it.
Cool.
For a minute.
Troll banish.
Yeah.
And then we get the anchor up and then leave.
We'll come back on a ship. Probably,
you do not want to try to go out of this place in the dark.
Oh, it's dark. I don't know.
Yeah. But you can do whatever you want. Like, True was going to go try to get the anchor up because somebody told him to get the anchor up.
Well, I'm still going to.
She's currently paralyzed. So.
Yeah.
No, you can still banish the guy. I didn't mean you should.
I'm still going to try it.
Yeah, banish him, then we can take care of the others.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And then be ready to get him when he comes back.
Must succeed on a charisma saving throw.
All right. You could have.
I did target him.
Yeah.
An item distasteful to the target. Soap.
Charisma, you said?
Yes. And
oh
man.
What is it? 15? That is one of its worst.
15.
It's really.
I was gonna say I thought that was pretty sure.
One of its worst saving throws, and it does make it. I guess it's not going away.
It's not. Nothing happens.
Yeah, you should also because it failed. You should also not be concentrating.
Yeah.
So I'll remove that from.
Cool.
All right.
Negative concentrating.
Yeah. You still have a move or a bonus.
I don't have really anything I can do.
Okay. School is gone. The school has to attack Aaron because
the school is gone.
We gotta attack Aaron because Aaron wants to be attacked.
School's out for the
misses.
summer.
So, Dresd'a, you're up.
Okay. I'm going to target ye old troll.
Okay.
I'm going to say, "Hoo ye, guide me," and I'm going to load up one of these sun killer arrows.
Okay.
Nice.
Aren't those for the sun?
And miss.
Damn it. All right. Well, I'll try to. Chill's going to see if he can't spit at him.
19, I think, does actually hit. Indeed, it does.
6 ice baby.
Okay. Let me check something real quick. Okay. All right.
All good?
Yep.
Okay.
Anything else from you?
No, kind of stay put.
Okay. School here. Both this guy, all 3 of these guys go off and disappear. Which means that the school is no longer doing things. And the school here, well, we'll find him eventually. All right, it is now the troll's turn. The troll seems to grow back some of its damage.
Oh, and FYI, when I use the Sunkiller arrow attack, I get a +2 on my proficiency, charisma, and archery style, so it doesn't look like it's adding the +2 when I use Sunkiller arrow. It was still wouldn't have hit the troll,
still
but it's just an it's just an FYI.
All right.
Okay.
Aaron, you are going to be attacked because the troll is going to kill you. Multi-attack, first with a bite. It's like a 25 or something. Did you want to try to reduce it?
He's nibbling.
One. Why not? I think it's a D6.
Nice.
That puts it at a 20. You're still hit. You have a 20 armor class, correct?
Yeah.
All right, now a claw attack. Oh, that one actually misses. And then another claw attack. That one is a 23 to hit.
I'll try on that one.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will undo that damage. All right, that's the end of the troll's turn. Praedyth, you are up, sir. And Brian, if you're talking, you're not.
Sorry, I didn't realize it was muted. I'm gonna cast Toll the Dead on the big troll boy.
Okay. It fails. It has been hit, so it will take
15 since it's been hit before.
All right.
That's it.
All right. The school is dead. The school here attacks Conan again. Oh, and misses. All right. The school here attacks True again. And
Doesn't he want to turn around?
Hey,
and
get over
whack
here.
on Marcus. Just shot him in the back.
I just did something that was totally wrong, but that's definitely going to hit. But I hit skill instead of.
Well, I was gonna hit that one next, but I was like, I'll try and banish the troll.
She can't do that, so.
Yeah.
All right, she takes more damage. She's not feeling so good. It's now Rhux's turn. Rhux is going to attack the troll.
Yeah, that sounds good. I am back.
Really?
I had a sudden emergency come up, so that's why I didn't say anything.
Okay.
But I am back. And your idea does sound good. Wrong button. All right. Have we used
Yes. One attack can add the proficiency bonus to the damage.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that sounds good.
I tried to banish it; it didn't work.
Yeah, I was there for that.
It's a very charismatic Cetral.
I mean, hey, sometimes you're just really out here being a nice guy. So you can add 3 to that.
Hey.
And then
You can attack a second time if you want.
we're gonna jack him up again, or not.
You're going to drop that weapon, and then you can either use a bonus action or you move to pick it up.
I'll use my move to pick it up.
All right, you still have a bonus action.
I'm trying to remember if I have any other bonus actions. I'm already focusing on something.
Yeah, you're concentrating on Shield of Faith.
Yes, I'm concentrating. All right. Yep. Sounds good.
All right, Raven's turn.
Okay. Raven will probably just come back and get on my shoulder.
Okay. This ghoul is already out of the battle. This ghoul is also out of the battle. This ghoul, so is this ghoul. This ghoul is dead. Marcus.
All right, so let's see if this works. 1, 2 down to diagonal, 3. Bonus action true. I hope you can hear me, but I'm gonna try to help.
She's paralyzed, not dead.
And I'm giving her a bardic inspiration. I will heal Perry with cure wounds. I don't know how long it's been, but I know it's close. And then I will action surge and shoot the creature.
Paralysis just freezes up your eardrums. They're not allowed to vibrate.
No, it's just muscles.
Okay, and then this. I wish I could put this in an easier spot for me to get to. No, that was worthless. 6 points of damage.
Okay, it does damage to it.
Does Perry come up? Or was he dead?
Yeah, I mean, he was dead. Or he wasn't dead. He had made one.
He wasn't permanently dead.
No,
okay.
he had made one death save. He had successfully made one death save. He had only been down for 2 rounds.
I wasn't sure he's one of the crew.
That's fine. He is now.
Shit. I'm done.
All right, so he wakes up and kind of gets up. And that's part of his turn. Ariana is going to attempt to acid this guy again. That's what she does. Eventually, he's going to fail the saving throw. He does. She does 2 points of damage to him.
Wow.
But that's all he had left, so he dies.
No, he doesn't die. It wasn't all he had left. Ennui has dropped the weapons and comes forward. Whoops, not off the side, but comes forward and attacks the ghoul here. She now can actually use her short sword because she has it. That definitely hits.
Nice.
And does a decent amount of damage. In fact, enough to actually take it out.
Yay.
And then she continues on. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's all she gets because she can't attack a second time because she's not that cool. And let's see here. We got Catriona, Rat, Matt, and Artek and Melon. Every single one of these guys goes over that didn't have a weapon and gets one. Rat had a weapon. He comes over here and attacks this ghoul here with his sword. But unfortunately misses. That leaves me with...
Is True go in his face?
Yes, just give me a second. I haven't gotten there yet. Artek Artek disengages and goes over and gets weapons too. So everybody, not Dresd'a. All of these guys go over and get weapons. So this round they're getting weapons. True finally gets a chance to make a saving throw. Another saving throw. Constitution. Saving throw. It's 1d4 or 1d6?
It's a 1d6. Wow.
She didn't need it, but
I know my inspiring words. I'll take credit for that.
However, she can't do anything. She's also not invisible.
But she's no longer at disadvantage when being attacked.
That is
But
true.
the guy's not at advantage.
And last but not least, the two remaining sailors on the cargo thing sail or paddle for all their life is worth. 1, 2, 3, 4. Double move. They're still paddling away as fast as they can. All right, now we are on to let's see, Ghoul dead. Aaron.
I'm gonna do something that I should have done at the beginning. Boom.
Oh, nice.
Moonbeam.
I'm going to place it.
At least it's not a weird troll.
If I put it here, will it get these guys yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Shouldn't have done it then. It's at when it's the start of their turn.
Okay. So what you're saying is that I should remove the damage.
I like this template though.
All right,
Yes.
so damage is gone. All right. That was a spell, right? Anything
Yes.
else?
No. Or no, wait, no.
Okay. This ghoul here attacks Rhux.
Yeah, Rhux, do you have anything that can disperse these ghouls?
This ghoul is dead.
No.
Hylough, you're up.
You don't have
Okay.
What
Well,
is
since I have foreknowledge that in just a round,
Yeah.
the moonbeam's going to get rid of somebody.
I don't actually.
Could I?
You do not
attack
have
somebody?
foreknowledge of that.
Oh, darn. But I saw something happen. It just in my mind's eye.
No, actually, you saw a
Okay.
moonbeam appear. It hasn't done any
Oh.
damage to it yet.
All righty. Well, I'll
And
do what I
it's
was
very
thinking.
possible at the beginning of its turn it might save.
Yeah. True.
Still does half damage.
All right. Oh,
That's definitely a miss. Whatever you were
do it
attacking, it's a
again.
miss.
That's
Nice.
not.
Okay. Troll kind of slumps forward onto the deck.
Oh, it's got any treasure on him? Well, we'll deal with that later. All right.
Remember, he regenerates.
Yeah, it could be. Well, I'm done. Then I'm gonna stay right there.
Okay. This ghoul attacks Aaron. Oh, it's the beginning of the ghoul's turn. It needs to do what kind of saving throw?
Constitution.
Constitution saving throw. What's the DC?
That's a great question.
Got a 15. So.
13.
All right, so it's made the saving throw.
It's half of that 18, I guess, if you want to keep using that.
No, roll it. No, it rolls every time. So
Oh, does it? Okay.
yeah, it's
that's
not like
true.
it's the beginning.
Yeah, it's not an automatic.
Yeah. So half of 12 is 6, which kind of is irrelevant because it only had 1 point of damage left. So
Oh,
There's
but,
also Radiant too, so I was thinking, they're undead. They might.
no, it doesn't seem to do anything extra, but it had 1 point, so it's hard to tell.
Does it do extra? Does it need to do
Iylis.
extra damage to the troll?
Iylis, you're up.
No.
It's not the troll's turn yet.
Turn. Yeah,
Oh,
troll's
damn.
I'm
Iylis,
do
it's
a
your turn.
magic missile on that guy. One in front of True.
Nice shot.
Thanks.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's all.
All right.
What I was trying to do.
Okay. It is this ghoul who's no longer in the battle. This ghoul who is going to attack Aaron. Claw attack. 9 is not enough. Dresd'a, you're up.
Okay, so here's my dilemma. Would I know to try to take it down with a fire arrow and not just assume it's dead?
You guys have been seeing it has been healing.
Healing. Okay, that answers my question. I'm going to go ahead and once more try to hit it with the sun killer arrow.
All right, you have...
I got 9. I used 1.
No. It is a prone target, so I think you actually have disadvantage.
Do you really?
Yeah, that's disadvantaged.
Because at range, it's at range.
Okay. Whale.
So
All right,
if it were melee distance and she was doing
she would have
ranged attack-
advantage. No, any ranged attack is disadvantage. Doesn't matter. You can't.
No, never mind. I'll wait till he stands up. I'll go after him. I'll
just
target
coup de
him.
grace.
So you're going to
They're
ready
gonna-
an action to shoot at him? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, with the
Alright.
sun killer arrow.
All right.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. I'm targeting the wrong person.
All right.
All right.
The school is no longer in the battle.
And I get chill touch. I'll use chill guy for my bonus action on that ghoul. Woo. Does a crit work with this too? Do I roll twice?
Yeah. Which school are we talking about? That you targeted?
I targeted that one there.
One in front of Aaron, near Aaron.
Yeah.
All right. All right. It's the troll's turn. At the beginning of the round, the troll takes up 10 hit points.
All right. So that
hold
means
on a second. It hasn't stood up yet. You said when it stands
you're
up.
right.
At the beginning
right.
of its turn,
You
it has
did.
to roll a
Hold
Constitution
on.
saving throw.
Hold on. I need to read the spell. What I need to read the spell. Sure if I can say. Okay. All right. So make a Constitution saving throw. Well over it. So roll your damage. So it's going to take half of 9, which is 4 points. Which means it is still up. So it actually gets up. Now you may make your attack, Dresd'a.
Okay. Please hit. Please. Wait.
The quiver doesn't hit. She throws the quiver at it. It drops short.
But she did set the quiver on fire before, so.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's why I threw it. It was on fire. Where did it go? There it is. Sorry. There it is.
Why did you roll an attack twice?
I didn't. I hit it once. I don't know what's going on.
All right. So, well, either way, the attack was a 20. It definitely hits, and it goes down.
And it's fire damage. Poof.
Sure. Never said it wasn't.
Yep.
Whatever you say.
Uh-huh.
And
Praedyth.
there's an after effect. So everything within a 5-foot radius has to succeed on a dex saving throw or it takes D4 fire damage.
Okay, so Rhux, Hylough, Aaron, please give me a dexterity saving throw.
What?
You heard me.
Well,
No damage on a successful save. Half damage on a failed save.
And what's the saving DC?
And the 15.
All right, so Aaron takes damage. Rhux takes damage.
There's
the ghoul
D4.
doesn't take damage.
Okay.
Hylough doesn't take damage. So Rhux and Aaron,
2
you
fire
both take
damage.
2 points of fire damage.
Is our ship on fire now?
When Aaron has a
My
negative
moonbeam.
1.
And the moonbeam goes away because Aaron failed his concentration check.
Oh no! I said duck.
Duck. Quack.
But then he aimed it at the feet. That was a problem.
The ghoul ducked.
The ghoul definitely ducked.
I'm not sure I like
All right.
these fire.
Praedyth, you are up. After all of that, there are still ghouls on the field.
Okay.
Oh, cool.
Ghouls
My
on the
my aura
field.
thing actually did work. Very nice.
What do you mean your aura thing worked? Oh, it
Oh,
gave
I have
extra.
that aura protection. I made it so that I set up a thing so that it would
Yeah.
automatically do it.
And it did, but you still failed to save it
Well, yeah, well, I suck at dex. I don't want
through.
That's not my
I
fault.
just want you to take 4 points of fire damage. That's all, or 2 points. Sorry.
Cringe.
Anyway, Praedyth, what are you doing?
I'm attacking this one in front of on weak.
Oh, that guy died.
Yeah, because it failed. It had,
9
hold on,
points.
it was 9 points. All right,
Correct.
a second. Ironically, it had
Still.
ironically it had 9 points, but I undid his thing so that I could do it properly. That's all.
Mhm.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay. Dead ghoul. Dead ghoul. Dead ghoul. Rhux.
That's cool.
All right. Well, I'm gonna stab the ghoul.
Okay. You hit the ghoul. Some damage to it. It's not happy. it's
Plus
still
3
up.
on that one.
Okay. It is still.
Well, that's not nice. So I guess we'll stab it again.
Okay. Still up.
Cringe. All right. Well, that's what I got.
Top of the round, Raven.
Raven just hanging out.
Raven is just gonna chill.
Okay. Ghoul not there. Ghoul not
That's
there.
so
Ghoul not
Raven.
there. Ghoul not there. Ghoul dead. Marcus.
Marcus will sharpshooter this last one. Kapow.
What's where you're?
What the hell's going on there?
Yeah, Dresd'a's doing something.
Oh, consider
Huh?
that guy sharply shot.
I was trying to find the stinking ruler.
Sharpshooter hits the ghoul, but it goes down.
I gotta get my sneak attack in too, though.
I don't believe the
Just
sneak
in
attack
case.
really does anything to it.
I have not rolled more than 5 points on 2d6 all night. Anyway,
All right. So, anything else you want to do?
Anybody else?
No. Anything
unconscious?
else you want to do? Yes, you, Marcus.
Yeah, no, I know. Is
one
anybody
else? No one else seems to be unconscious.
Okay. I guess let's weigh the anchor. Well, it's still dark, so we can't weigh
It's
the anchor.
dark. It is.
Yeah.
It is just before midnight here. Ghoul dead. Ghoul dead. Aaron, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna chop this thing's head off.
Yeah.
All right. You can attack it if you want. You have advantage.
Oh, I did not give myself advantage.
You hit it. You do damage.
All right. Let me actually give myself advantage on this next one. Or not. Never mind.
You hit. You do damage.
Okay.
Ghoul dead. Ghoul dead. Hylough.
I'm gonna keep whacking on them or chopping on them or whatever. So how do I do the advantage? Do I do
Control.
control? Click the action.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh wait, it's actually control is disadvantage, but you hit it. It's fine. It does damage. Alt click, I think, is the advantage. Sorry.
So what should I do?
Just roll again. You hit it. It does damage. Doesn't matter. I mean, it's dead. So, I mean, it's at 0 hit points. You cannot do more than 0 hit points.
Okay. Well, so am I do? So do it. Well, how much do I know? How much damage it did, or does it matter? I mean,
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You can't go there. There is no negatives in 5th edition. Once you hit 0, you then start doing death saving throws.
Okay. So am I gonna? Well, Am I wasting my energy? Or are we?
You don't know.
To kill him harder.
You don't know.
Okay.
Well, I feel like cutting his head off is a good idea, though.
Well, that's what I
especially
wanted
if
to
he
do.
can regenerate.
Well,
but I'm across the ship, so
yeah,
you're definitely across the ship.
Okay. I mean, that's what I kind of wanted to do, but
I mean, you're doing damage. Sure, maybe its head finally falls off, but
okay.
There's nothing here that and you're a warhammer, so you can't cut off its head with a warhammer. But
and I did the alt thing, and it didn't do it.
Nearly headless.
It's actually really impressive. It does.
So can I just roll again?
Sure. It's really pointless for you to do this, quite frankly.
Okay. Well, I don't know the rules. I thought that what we're trying to do is cut the head off, so before he has a chance to regenerate.
Sure.
So
You guys have smashed the head in. Iylis, you're
okay.
up.
Any more ghouls around?
Not that you can see.
I'm gonna go over to the side, double check.
You start looking around.
Yeah.
Ghouls out. Dresd'a, what do you want to do?
So I don't see anything either. I'm gonna start looking around like dude's doing.
All right.
Trying to see.
You're gonna go somewhere and try to look. I mean, it's dark, so. All right.
Whoops, sorry. That's not where I meant to be.
Okay.
Right there.
All right. So you start looking around. Cool. It's not in the thing. Troll's turn. The troll's head regenerates.
It took fire damage.
And it stands up.
Smashed the head in.
And it stands up. And it attacks Aaron.
Regenerating troll. Infinite troll.
Aaron. The bite misses. Although somehow I also have Rhux attached still. But he misses him too. Claw. Claw attack. Misses. Claw attack. Also misses.
It's claws fall off.
Praedyth, you're up.
I see. Whole thing is
Clearly, fire damage doesn't stop it from regenerating.
Arg.
Nothing does.
Ice didn't.
Nothing you've done so
fire
far.
Didn't. Yeah, we've hit it with ice. We've hit
remember,
it with
it's
fire.
a water.
We've hit it
I
with
wouldn't think that would-
radiant.
You've also hit it with necrotic.
Unless
And
it's got like a
necrotic.
spell that's causing it to
Toll
regenerate.
the dead is necrotic damage. I actually checked.
Yeah.
So I was curious what it was.
Yes.
Radiant was the
What about
moonbeam. You've done
cold?
ice. You've done cold. Chill touch
Okay.
did it. You've done fire with the arrow. You've done bludgeoning. You've done piercing.
We haven't done
What's
water.
left?
Wasn't it a sea
What about
troll or
psychic
something?
damage?
And you haven't tried
mean,
psychic
guys,
damage.
We have an
Try
XP
psychic
farm.
damage. Hold on. Let me target it. And blow spell.
We got ourselves an XP farm here, guys.
You haven't killed it yet, so there's no XP farm because you have yet to kill it.
I think you're lying.
All right, it goes down with Mind Spike because it failed. You want to do anything else?
I mean, that's all I can do.
All right.
Somebody else make sure it stay down.
Ghoul dead, ghoul dead, ghoul dead. Rhux. Rhux.
Rhux emergency.
I have no idea.
It is down again.
That's great.
It took psychic damage this time.
Ooh. Can I make a intelligence check to see if I remember how to kill these things?
Well, sure. I mean, Praedyth's the one that figured out it was a sea troll, formerly a sea troll. But
Impale its neck into the deck with your trident.
I don't think that's gonna fix the problem.
I think it's gonna be funny.
Ah, yes.
if you want, you can try an intelligence check to see.
I will try to see if I'm smart.
Well, you got a 14. It's a former sea troll. Beyond that, you're not so sure.
I've never fought a sea troll?
Nope.
That can't be.
You guys haven't fought much in way of sea trolls.
Well, I would think maybe Rhux might have, being from the sea.
No, he's not from the sea.
Maybe I am.
He's from Malazan, but anyway.
Here. I have an idea.
Raven.
Here's what. Oh, is that all? Is that all I get to do?
Well, I mean, were you gonna do something?
Chicken of the sea.
My idea was, do I have enough actions to switch weapons and use the weapon?
And what do you want to do?
I want to pull out my javelin.
And do what?
I'm going to use the lightning charge on it.
Aaron's already used lightning on it.
Oh, well, then I wouldn't do that because I know that.
Yeah, Raven does nothing. Ghoul, Marcus. You're not sure that psychic.
Does anyone have?
Anything.
Yeah, I'll roll intelligence. What about cold attack? Does anyone have a cold attack?
Well,
Ice Guy has already done a cold check.
Yeah, I'm gonna try chill touch because if I hit, one of the effects is it can't regain hit points for like a round or something.
I've got that too.
No, it can't gain healing. It's different from regeneration.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
Well, never mind then.
What else?
It cannot. It can't regain hit points.
Poison obviously doesn't work. Let me try some of that acid. Can I borrow that acid from our friend?
From what friend?
The girl's been throwing acid this whole time.
Yeah, it's a spell.
Oh, okay.
Acid splash is a
try to hit it with
It's acid splash is a spell.
Okay, well, try to hit it with that because I don't have anything.
Can you give me some of your acid? She's like, no.
I have to.
Sorry,
I generated
a whole bunch of hit it with acid. If it stands up, I'll shoot it.
Okay. A lot of these guys have no clue what to do, but Ariana will try to throw acid on it because you asked her to. So she will do this, and she will the acid splash. Which what kind of saving throw is it? It's a dexterity. Hold on, no. That's why I'm trying to figure out what it is. I don't know why Aaron was still attached, but whatever.
I don't think you can make dex if you're dead.
No, that's what I'm trying to check. There are certain saving throws where if you're dead, you don't have to make them, and so you can't affect somebody who's dead by those things. But I think dexterity saving throw is still one of them that they can. It's just an automatic fail.
Yeah, that's what I meant. I think it's automatic fail.
So in that case, acid hits it and does some damage to it. No one else really does anything. Dead. Aaron, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna ready the command spell for when it gets up.
Okay. Dead. Hylough.
Okay, I'm gonna ready an action if it gets up. I'm gonna whack it.
Okay.
I'm gonna do my full attack when
I'm going to move right here and cast Dispel Magic on it.
Okay.
And just by chance that it's a spell that's giving it.
Okay, you cast Dispel Magic on it. Doesn't seem to do anything to it. Okay.
Okay.
New old dead. Dresd'a. Whoops.
Okay, so the chill touch says it can't regain hit points. It doesn't say anything about healing though. It just says and it can't regain hit points.
Yeah. It doesn't say anything about specifically healing or regeneration.
Well, hold on.
Yeah.
You're talking about the spell chill touch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because Dresd'a, when you talk about chill, to me that's not chill touch.
That's why I said chill touch.
Okay.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
Yeah, that's why I was asking what exactly you're saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. Maybe I can hit him, maybe I don't, but we'll try. So this is chill touch the cantrip.
Mrs. Troll.
It is a ranged spell attack. It's actually disadvantaged as well. Because it's a ranged spell attack, but it's fine. You missed. It's all good. Fool's not in the battle. The troll stays on the deck dead.
I was gonna use my chill guy next.
Wait, it stayed on the deck. It didn't get up on its turn.
It did not. Praedyth, your turn.
I will roll an intelligence check. See if I know what will make it not get up.
Okay. Well, it didn't get up, but
I mean,
yeah, go ahead. Give me an intelligence check. Well, I mean, you had already previously identified as a sea troll. A 10 is enough after that. Thunder damage and acid damage is known to stop its healing factor.
Oh, well,
Thunder
acid on it.
damage.
And you did spill, and Ariana did spill acid on it. So,
See that 1
Right.
point of damage to a ton. Awesome.
combat is completed.
Nice.
Well,
And we will stop there as you guys
Is lightning
like.
and thunder different?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Thunder is like
Oh.
a thunder wave or something like that. Lightning is
Yeah,
lightning bolt.
I don't have a thunder spell. I really considered.
Oh, well, I didn't think of that. I have
Yeah,
thunder spells.
But they're just loud.
Literally used every single damage type I have.
Yeah.
Thunder strike.
Yeah,
is so
I
good
honestly don't
as
have thunder damage or
causes
acid damage.
stampedes.
We will cut our losses there for the evening.
Yeah.
As you see the light of the one longboat or the cargo boat.
Yeah, did the
kinda
other
going
ship get away?
It is getting away. There are 2 guys still rowing in it, but a lot of guys got pulled off, and you can see the guys that are rowing away. You don't see Jeff. Possible he's one of the guys that got pulled under. The last thing I would do before we go away, as you're looking around at the ghouls, something is odd about what they're wearing. Like, they are ghouls, and they have the remnants of some clothes on them, but just something's odd about some of the clothes as you kind of look it over. And if you want to look through some of their stuff to see if there's treasure, we can do that now too if you'd like.
yeah, definitely.
I mean,
Loot
we
the
will,
bodies!
we will always loot the reanimated corpses.
So for the most part, like I said, looking through the stuff, it just looks like something's off about the way their clothing is. It's mostly tatters and stuff like that, but occasionally there's enough of something there that you kind of get a feel for what the clothing was. And it does look kind of sailor-like, like a uniform of some sort. Of all the people that are on the deck that you look through, only one seems to have anything of any interest. One seems to have caught up in some of the tattered clothing is about an 18-inch long stick. It seems to be made of like mahogany or something like that, and it's carved. But that's the only thing that seems to be of any interest. It doesn't look as old as the other stuff.
I would like to cast light spells on arrows and see if I can see any of the people out there.
Well,
If anyone's still struggling.
oh, yeah. I mean, you start firing stuff out there. You don't see any motion in the water.
I didn't figure I would, but
I'm
well,
gonna
we take the
investigate
stick.
the mahogany
Okay.
stick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What are you trying to do with it?
See if it's special.
Oh, yeah. That's not an investigation check.
Oh.
I mean, I've got to identify if we want to identify it. If that's, I mean, I don't know if it's magical, but
Yeah, I mean, the investigation check, though, of a 19, you're investigating. As you're looking over that clothing, you finally figure out what's kind of off about the clothing. This seems like a uniform that was made, it's of a style of about 200 years ago.
Oh wow.
they've been around a while. The zombies.
Well, they're ghouls, but
Yeah, I know, but they haven't been destroyed in a while. Or ever.
and the last thing I will do is, Dresd'a, something about that tickles your memory.
Oh, are these like victims from that shipwreck that we researched from the wizard dude that was assumed dead?
You
Are we near where we
near
thought that-
you are near the Barrera Island, yes.
Oh, I'm getting the tinglies.
What do you mean?
And on that note, we are
Tinglies.
definitely gonna stop there.
Can I
because
cast
whenever
identify?
Dresd'a gets the tinglies,
I cast identify on the wand.
The wand is a wand of Frostfinger.
Okay.
Just basically just a lesser version of Cone of Gold.
Hey, still wand.
And we will stop there for this evening. Our story will continue next time as you guys clean up the mess from the ghouls and try to figure out what to do next, as you're kind of in the middle of, shallows and shoals and reefs with night having fallen and a rather large number of ghouls attacking. Until next time.
All right.
Right.
Thanks.